Yes. Oh, shit. I didn't know time was up. My bad, y'all. Here we go. As men, we have to build value. Women, they just have to preserve it.
That's not alpha, bro!
Dude, what is this, 2005?
Money and looks can get you in the door, but game is what keeps you on her mind. She's not your co-pilot, she's your flight attendant.
Wait a minute. You actually thought you were the only guy she was fucking?
But she told me she loved me.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 793rd edition of TSR Live, your daily dose of toxic masculinity. It is Friday, October 22nd of 2021. It is good to have you guys in today. As always, we are streaming live simultaneously to Facebook, mgtow.tv, manosphere.tv, DLive, YouTube, Twitch, and of course, in crystal clear, high resolution 4K to Sharp Stream. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Shout out to the snipers. Only a couple of snipers on the roof thus far. Dre Raven and Hellfong. Shout out to my sharpshooters who are in the YouTube chat. Dr. B, 84. Appreciate that. Says that credit card picture is hilarious. Tatiana Isaho. CVV 304 expires at the wall. Yes, that was of my own inception. Smoke Some with Loop is in the house. Dre Raven double dipping as usual. Thomas Payne, a.k.a. T-Pain, is in the house. Dre Raven says, Cüüchie, what's in your wallet? It's a good slogan. I'm going to blow this whole Cüüchie credit card thing out of proportion. I'm just going to go over the top with it because you guys have really good ideas. Tater Jack is in the house. Robert Eliezer, good to see you back in here. Street Fighter 88. Master Hard, that's good. I actually like that. I like that a lot. Oh, I'm telling, hang on a second. Let me turn up my volume here. Sorry about that. I usually have to turn up the, I try to keep it up around 15 decibels so I can talk at an audible volume and for you guys to be able to hear me just fine. I think I'm good to go. Appreciate that. Dre Raven. Slapduck has made his way onto the roof with the other snipers on the building. Good stuff. The Blind Archer is in the house. Stephen White says Cüüchie cash only, and you got to pay up front. Yes, sir. Hold up.
Yep.
Absolutely. Street Fighter 88 with another credit card company, Capital Ho. What's in your wallet? I love it. Master Hard, Capital Ho. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. We have to do one for American Express or Discover. Casual Germs in the house. Good to see you in here. Juan from Chicago, 1040. Welcome to chat privileges. At Juan from Chicago to welcome him to the TSR family. Juan, if you would, put your age and location in the chat in case one of us happens to be in your neck of the woods. We can get together and have a beer. This is how communities of like-minded men are created. Ice Dragon Kids in the house says, sheesh, it's been a while to many more months. Absolutely. Ice Dragon Kid has been a member for almost 2 years. A Trevino 95, welcome to chat privileges. At A Trevino 95, so welcome him to the TSR family. Appreciate that. E Invocator, $5 super chat says, Simp Donovan voice killing me on that intro. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've used that voice. So I'm good. I'm good to go. I'm good to go on the volume. Cüüchie Express, okay. Booty Express could be good. I like that. American Sexpress. Ah, I love it. Love it, I love it. Juan Chicago is 22. Of course, Tater Jack is 36 and in North Carolina. Fantastic, fantastic show in store for you guys today. I gotta trim my beard. I gotta trim my mustache because my hairs are starting to tickle my nostrils a little bit. I'd like to start the show off by talking a little bit about what I talked about yesterday, really just the comments. So let me go ahead and let me go to the comments. And I haven't read these comments because I just posted this video. I just posted this video today. So today I posted a video entitled, Are black men with white girlfriends or / wives, white significant others, are black men with white girlfriends not allowed to speak on black issues? And of course I put in the spoiler alert. I don't give a fuck, and I really don't. And so we are going to discover these comments together. I think it's a lot of fun to go through. Comments for the very first time, not knowing what they are, just to sort of see what's going on out here in these streets. All right, let's see what we've got here. Donovan, one of the things I've noticed about people who receive criticism is they always come up with their own reasons why to make themselves better. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see. Cal Ken says people don't want you to go your own way. Just line up with them. Stay true to yourself. Move on from the haters. Don't get locked into mindless beefs. No, nobody's getting locked into mindless beefs, dude. Nobody's getting locked into mindless beefs. Tiger Roar says O'Shea has always been suspect to me. He has a lot of feminine energy. I wouldn't say O'Shea has a lot of feminine energy, but I will say that my kid brother, 6 months before the whole O'Shea thing blew up, he told me, he's like, look, dude, he said, I think O'Shea is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And I disagreed with him. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? No way. Well, turns out he was probably right. Street Fighter 88 says crabs in a bucket mentality. I don't like / can't get what you have, so you don't qualify to speak on insert issue. There it is. There it is. The only people who are critical of my romantic choices, or really any choices, are people who can't get it. White girls aren't special. Translation, I can't get white girls, so I'm going to pretend they're not attractive. Let's see. Robert Anderson says, when I grew up in Tucson, I never received negative comments for being educated. The first time I received backlash from the black community was when I moved to Texas, and it was mostly from black women. Yep. Same here. Same here. Let's see. Lionel Parrish, appreciate you commenting, says, I still hear it, and I'm 50 now. Wow. Didn't care back in the day. The communita is a joke. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so this is good. This is good. I like this. Anthony Shaw says, I had a white dude ask me, why do blacks make fun of each other for being intelligent? I swear I've never seen that before. I still think about that question to this day. Crazy SMH. Benjamin Knight says, this is why we never get nowhere. It's so much fighting between men and women and men. Brother, keep pushing forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. Q Adams says, keep speaking on black issues, brother. I'm a fan of you and everyone in the black manosphere. Your voice is just as powerful. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Okay. All right. Good. I thought I was going to get a lot of negative comments, but I guess not. Rico Reed says, man, he says, man, why is there always some drama going on in the black manosphere? I rock with you, DS, and I like and respect ODJ. Okay, fair enough. But over the past year, I've listened to him almost every day, and one thing I will say is that he does make points at times, and other times he'll twist the narrative and say that somebody said something, but okay, I don't really, all right. Godly Fatal says, ever since I saw the video he made on Fresh and Fit when they were getting hated on, I couldn't mess with him no more. It was like he was waiting for them to slip up so he can throw them under the bus because he made that video before they could even respond themselves. And also, he even said they should be thrown out of the black manosphere himself off for false allegations. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's funny. They always talk about, you know, if you have a white girlfriend or you work with white people or whatever the fuck that is, then you're not qualified. Yet a white girl made a false accusation, and Nigatube gave it credibility. They gave it credence. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Could you reach out after strategy later? Bring up the others. I'm confused. I'm in touch with all those people. One just point with you. I like DS. Never dated outside of the rest. Okay, good, man. Here we go. The red pill loser. Give players great content. Again, thanks. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. Uganda to pick up. I'm not listening, man. I'm not going to sit here and talk about O'Shea's sexual conquests. I will say this, though. O'Shea's not red pill. He's not an RP guy. The reason why he calls himself the king, the leader of the Black Manosphere is simply because, and this is no slight on him, but he bought the domain. There are very few, and that doesn't make him a bad person, but O'Shea does not subscribe to the same, he doesn't subscribe to the same praxeology as we do. Just because you call something Manosphere doesn't mean that it's qualified to be Manosphere. Like, I mean, and listen, he talks about tricking all the time. He pays for girls. That's not what we subscribe to over here. He rubs elbows, I suppose, with some Manosphere people. But I mean, there's precious little evidence that O'Shea lives the lifestyle that we preach about over here. It is what it is. Okay, why Jesus oppression starts. Okay, very good, very good. I like this one. Saying Donovan doesn't have black rights because he dates a white woman is lame in itself. It almost came off as jealousy. O'Shea needs to be careful with that. It looks weak. Okay, all right, whatever. Let's see. Ton Luvisor says it doesn't make sense though. Y'all are separating yourselves, and we'll get to the Kevin Samuels video. I just wanted to kind of take the temperature, just to kind of see where I'm at. To do a black convention, why not just a convention where everyone can go? Do you only allow black people or something? I'm 14, maybe I'm missing something. Apparently O'Shea, and you guys can go back and watch the video from yesterday. He just didn't want to work with white people, you know. Let's see. So the Manosphere has passwords. I have no idea what that means. O'Shea does not talk white himself. He does not. He doesn't. No. Boss Jimby says, it isn't that black men with white women can't talk about black issues. It just lowers their value in the argument when they do. Would you listen to a pastor you know sins every day, or a Derek Jackson with 3 side chicks? DS is right on black issues, and I personally don't give an F if he's not considered qualified to talk about black issues. As a black man myself, if being happy means throwing away my, quote, black card, I'm throwing that shit away 1,000 times over. Doesn't lower my value in an argument, because just because I have a white girlfriend does not make me any less black. When cops pull me over, dude, I've been pulled over by cops many, many times. In fact, when you have a pretty white girl in the passenger seat, now they're really on alert. They're like, okay, this guy is fucking a girl. This guy is fucking this guy is with an attractive white woman that I would never have a chance with. How can I fuck up his day? This happens all the time, man. Like, just because you have a white girlfriend does not mean the world sees you any differently. I think that's what he thinks. Listen, if you want to say it lowers the value in the argument when they do, I mean, that's fine. That's just not the case. Would I listen to a pastor I know sins every day? Pastors sin all the time, and people still listen to them. Or a Derek Jackson with 3 side chicks. As far as relationships go, yeah, probably. And again, a lot of people like to say, well, I'm not going to listen to Kevin Samuels. He's been divorced twice. I'm not going to listen to Donovan Sharp. He's failed with women. Okay, well, consider this. Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter in NBA history, has missed most of the shots he's taken in the NBA. He has failed more than he has succeeded. Does that not qualify him to teach people how to shoot? Well, Stephen, you've missed most shots you've taken in the NBA, so there's no need for me to listen to you. No, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Anthony Moore says, dude, you have twice the views. This guy, I don't know why you even need to address him. Honestly, because the reason why I'm addressing this, and this is going to be the last of it, but the reason I'm addressing this now is because every few weeks, O'Shea finds a reason to talk about me, and he'll compliment me, but then he'll use that as an excuse to talk shit, right? And then he'll say, well, you know, I brought Donovan on. Like he's, let's see, Six Pack Productions. Obsidian and O'Shea need to stop thinking that they have some sort of black male ownership of black male YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, they don't own shit, man. They don't own shit. They really don't. Dewey Yang says he fired you, but he didn't get it. But he did it the ghetto ratchet way. Sorry, that's all I see. Okay, all right, fine, whatever. Who gives a shit? He fired you. Give me a fucking break, dude. Let's see. Crabs in a bucket. Robert Anderson says, I think O'Shea is just mad because he wishes he could date white women, but he can't. I don't know, man. I don't know that O'Shea is interested in white women. I mean, I really don't. I mean, listen, man, believe it or not everybody is into white girls. Not everybody's into white girls. Jay Gee says, Donovan, I think you're capable of pulling a prettier white girl. The unsaid rule when you date out to commit, she has to be undisputably fine, where the common man says, she's fine, I see you. Have you seen pictures of my girlfriend? Undisputably fine. So if I date a prettier white girl, what, she's got to be a 10? Do you see how these people, and that's exactly what I mean. These people always try to qualify my success. All right. I can promise you that whoever J.G. is dating doesn't look as good as my girl. Devin is a 7 at best. She's got a great body. She looks great for her age. I'm happy. And when she ceases to make me happy, I'll move on. It is what it is. Ooh, Carlos says dictionary boy. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, this is the dirt. Get your dubs winner. Donovan, you're a cheese ball because your talking point are girly. First of all, it's YOU''RE on both ends. My name is spelled DONOVAN, and it's talking points, right? Like if you're going to troll me, at least try not to sound like an ignorant ass. He replies again, bro, you don't have a black experience based off the stories you tell. Let's be honest, Donovan, you should not speak on the black experience. I mean, if that's what you want to think, if that's what you think, that's fine, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop. Easy Bands, if you're having a black experience everywhere you are being broken, run down is not the only black. We come from kings and royalty. Okay, all right, fine. All right. Yeah, this guy just... I think this gotcha dubs has got to be a woman. You don't have black experiences. That's why you don't deserve a voice. It's not the way you talk or you're a woman. You don't thrive around black men and women. Oh, I don't, do I? You see, you don't have black experiences and that's why you don't have a voice. What is this guy talking about? You see, like, you don't have black experiences. That's why I don't deserve a voice. I mean, come on, man. These guys act like I've never been. These guys act like I've never been racially profiled. They act like I've never had my hands on the hood of a cop car for little to no reason. They act like I don't get profiled when I go places. Come on, get out of here. Oh, look at this. She Get Ya Dubs winner says we can all agree that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. If you listen to him speak. His points are all built from a white man experience and a white man's expectations. He does not talk about being black from a power position, hence why he does not have a black experience. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Wow. This is, well, you know what? It's funny. I guess it's good that this is the minority here. Lamar Truth says, short answer, no. You want to be over there, that's fine, but you forfeit talking about black people are our issues. Who says I'm supposed to forfeit? Who says I'm supposed to forfeit it, right? Who says I'm supposed to forfeit it? And no, I don't want to fucking be over there because it's a goddamn shit show. It's a goddamn shit show. You're goddamn right I don't want to be fucking over there. Fuck out of here. But I forfeit. Come on. Let's see. Nicholas Etienne says, really? Because if white people were to say that, they'd be called a racist. This mentality has to stop. Judging from your remarks, you seem to be in no hurry to make an effort to address those issues. It's no one from your side, blah, 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 blah. The Communitas, the only place in the world where many successful people leave and there isn't an exit interview to understand why they're immediately shunned. Then they wonder why it's a dumpster fire. I also do not understand the extreme urge for other men to worry about who I date or marry and how it excommunicates me from things I still deal with. I'm not, quote, over anywhere. I'm still black. Y'all be quick to remind me of that the minute something happens that involves race. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Very good. Yeah, you know, yeah, like, I mean, this is well, you can listen to the way he talks. He doesn't have the black experience. This just, again, and I told you guys this yesterday. I was very clear when I said this. These people may know absolutely nothing about me. All they know is what O'Shea tells them, what Obsidian tells them, the way I talk, and that my girlfriend's white. They know nothing about me. And that's why I decided to talk about this for the past couple of days. Because I don't know what Obsidian is telling people. I don't really give a shit. But O'Shea, he really, like, he bends the truth, and he makes a lot of irresponsible statements about me. He makes statements about me that aren't true. Yeah, listen, I mean, I told you. And listen, man, to everyone's credit, the feedback was, I mean, overwhelmingly positive. So it's good to see. It is good to see that most of you guys use common sense when it comes to this. But if you're, listen, you don't even have to be black to speak on black issues, right? You don't have to be black to speak on black issues. You can be whatever color you want. Now, there could be repercussions, but I'm black. Okay, the world sees me as black. That's how this works. Just because I have a white girlfriend, just because I talk like this, does not mean that cops don't see a threat when they tell a 6 foot 1 inch sleeve tatted up, 225 pound whatever to get out of the car and put his hands on the hood. One false move and I'm done. They're thinking, oh, wait a minute, this guy is well spoken, or he has a pretty white girlfriend. Let's treat him as such. No. They still see me as a nigger. That's just how it is, man. That's how it is. That's not surprising. So, all right. Well, shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys for that was surprisingly positive. So I'm glad to see that most people still have some common sense. And you know what? That's probably my fault, man. I guess I underestimated my audience. There appeared to only just be just a couple of knuckleheads. And hell, they're going to be knuckleheads regardless. So I'm glad to know that my audience possesses some semblance of common sense. So I'm very, very appreciative of that. Thank you guys very, very much. Thank you guys very, very much. Okay. DSG Namikaze says, what's going on, Donovan? I'm late as fuck. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Again, he says, how do I become a member? Dev, if you would. I think Dev is in the bathroom, actually. I think Dev is in the bathroom. She is having some stomach issues. But yeah. So Dev, if you're in the bathroom, if you can, pinch it off. Pinch it off. She hates when I tell people she's pooping. A shout out to Unique. Woo! Man, oh man, I forgot to put on deodorant today. Holy moly. God. Whoa. Wow. Okay, just listen, I'm just keeping it 100, keeping it a stack. Shout out to Unique79. He sent a couple of $13.74 cash apps. He says, there is a difference between patriot and militant. Could not agree more. He sent me another $13.74 cash app and says, for connections, contacts, and networks have no color. I agree. I always, and like I said, man, what O'Shea and I thought what O'Shea and I accomplished was pretty cool. I thought I was really making a contribution. But he ended up calling me a sellout. And think about this, guys. Think about this. As a matter of fact, and I'm not going to talk about this too much longer, guys. I promise. I just want to make sure and get this all out there, just so we know. Oh, that is an interesting gift by Hellfung. Let's see. Black Man's Revenge. Negro Manosphere. So So I wrote an ebook for O'Shea. This was, God, 2-3 years ago, maybe. Holy moly. It's called Black Man's Revenge. There it is, right there. Oh, there it is. Perfect. PDF. So the ebook was called Black Man's. Give me a second. Stay with me here. Yeah, it was called. It was entitled "Black Man's Revenge: The Black Man's Guide to Dating White Girls and Other Non-Black Women" by Donovan Sharp. I'll go ahead and show you guys here. So I wrote this for O'Shea, and you can see the NegroManosphere.com, right? And of course, very, very well done by myself. He actually had a graphics guy. Do all, like, this is very cool, very, very good. Steve the Dean had an advertisement in there and all that. So yeah, basically, I wrote an entire guide. I forgot how many pages it had. Yeah, short little pamphlet, 35, 36 pages, on how to, for brothers, on how to date non-black women. And O'Shea didn't charge anyone for it. What he did is he gave it away for free in exchange for their email address to build up his email list. Now, when he went on this epic roast of me, he actually said, I had Donovan write Black Man's Revenge, the Black Man's Guide to Dating White Girls and Other Non-Black Women, but I didn't agree with that. His words, not mine. So you mean to tell me that he had somebody else write a guide that he did not agree with, specifically how to date white girls? You had a man write something that you disagree with fundamentally for the express purpose of getting more emails? My friend, that is the very definition of a sellout. That is a sellout. Think about it, guys. He said, I didn't agree with that. What would you call someone who endorses something that they don't agree with for money or some sort of benefit? That's right. You've sold out. O'Shea told everybody I sold out the Black Manosphere. The Black Manosphere was never mine to sell out. I didn't own a stake in the Black Manosphere. I didn't say, here, Anthony, I'm going to give you my... No. That was just he was just talking. That literally meant nothing. O'Shea was just talking shit. He wanted everyone to... He needed a reason to go in on me. And so he fabricated this ridiculous lie, covered it up with this narrative. Well, Donovan sold out the Black Manosphere and tried to do a Black 21 convention behind his back. You guys saw yesterday that was 2,000% not true, and I proved it with the screen grabs. Incidentally enough, I did end up going on to do an event, and surprise, surprise, the very person that I had allegedly been working in the background with behind O'Shea's back to make this happen was the guy who opposed it the most, Anthony Johnson. The Black Manosphere didn't belong to me. I didn't sell anybody or anything out. Didn't sell anything out. That's just jibber jabber. It means nothing. But O'Shea made available a publication on his platform that he did not agree with. His words. He said, I didn't even agree with that. He made public available a publication he did not agree with for the express purpose of getting email addresses. That's a sellout, guys. That's a sellout. So, again, guys, listen, one thing you're going to have to really understand in this particular space is that a lot of people say a lot of different things. A lot of people, dude, anybody can say anything. Anybody can say anything. And it's very lazy and it's very irresponsible for people to just watch something and be like, oh, well, hell, if he said it, it must be true. So you can make your judgment from there. But that's the final word on all of that. I don't care if O'Shea makes a response. I don't care what Obsidian says. I don't give a shit. As far as I'm concerned, all that is squashed. I just wanted to make sure, because this is the most subscribers I've ever had, and I've still got O'Shea making videos about me 2 years later, peddling that same bullshit. Donovan sold out the Black Manosphere. 100% not true. I proved that back in the summer of 19. I proved it again yesterday. So that's the final word. Zayuna Heimdall. Hang on a second. Zayuna Heimdall says, it's funny how you, quote, can't talk about us because you're the wrong skin color, but even when you are, you're a coon. You don't represent us when you don't fit the mold. Keep going, Dono. Fondue. Appreciate that. Ooh, man, fondue does sound good, doesn't it? Polybara, $5, says, oh, is O'Shea going to be mad since Kevin Samuel said our black cards are getting reinstated if we have white chicks now? I don't know. I don't think so. I can't imagine O'Shea coming out. See, because Kevin yesterday literally told us. Oh, hang on. Kevin yesterday gave us all, or the day before yesterday, he said, hey, listen, and he was dead ass serious. And Kevin Samuels right now, I mean, if there is a leader of black YouTuber Black Manosphere, that's Kevin. So I wonder how O'Shea feels about the fact that Kevin, he's probably, listen, I guess he's cool with it because it's Kevin. But if it were someone like me, oh no, it'd be a week's worth of videos. Oh, Donovan's a sellout. Donovan's this, Donovan's that. All right, bet. Cool. We'll see. All right, now it is time for the main event. Kevin had a live stream. I think this was about a week ago, give or take. And the topic of conversation was basically the de facto part 2 of Cüüchie credit, right? Women who go out with men under the guise of some sort of sexual interest when they know they're not interested, right? And Kevin made a very, very good point about the difference between a first and a second date. And that I think that's going to be, and I'm going to open up the phone lines a little bit later. Here's the question of the day. I'm going to open up the phone lines a little bit later. Do women owe men sex after a second date? Do women owe men sex after a second date? Now, you don't have to answer that now. I'll open up the phone lines later, but let's listen to what the Godfather has to say.
Bottom line is, look, a woman going out on 3 dates a week has no investment. Men want to have sex with you, ladies, because men hold their time and their resources dear. You hold your body dear. So men think that if a woman is going to put out, that means she is equally invested or equally yoked. But there are women who are saying, my body is worth more than your date and your money.
See, that's just it, guys. The mindset of the modern woman, thanks to social media, womanism, and so forth, tells women that their time is more valuable than a man's. This is why a lot of them feel like merch. This is why a lot of them feel like, well, hell, if he takes me out, he's on. I mean, he should. I mean, it's him. He's the lucky one. He's the one that should. He's the privileged one. If I let him help me move into my new apartment, he's the one who owes me. This is the way women think.
No, you can't say that, ladies, when you're going out with multiple men a week, and then you're asking, why does a man want to have sex so soon? Because at least because then he knows you're in.
Right.
And you ladies go out with men knowing that a man's dating you in order to have sex. You know this.
That's right.
And gentlemen, this is where we mess up by not being straightforward and honest. Stop trying to be the nice guy and tell him, if sex is not on the menu, if sex is not a possibility, I don't want a deal, because this is a dead end for so many guys. But
right.
here's the thing. Because guys pay a penalty for being direct
There we go.
up front, especially in this cancel culture, Me Too environment.
Do you see? Do you see? So if you're direct with a woman and tell her up front, you're a scumbag, you're an asshole, you're this, all you want is sex, hashtag Me Too. But then if you're not up front, then women like to play dumb. Oh, I didn't know that that's what he wanted.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Women are allowed to play in the gray area.
Dude, real talk.
Many women are allowed to operate as modern thieves. Fuck you soon as we see you. What do you mean so soon? Look, dating equals sex in a man's mind.
Straight up.
Get this through all of you ladies' heads. We only want to date you so we can sleep with you. We got to do the whole courtship dance for the panties to come down.
There you go.
Why do you ladies act like you don't understand this when you're not putting your credit card out there?
The reason why they act like they don't understand it, Kevin, is because if they do acknowledge that they know the guy is trying to get into their panties, they can no longer take advantage of this guy. Because if both people know, okay, he's taking me out so he can have sex with me, at that point, she has a choice to make. Okay, if I'm romantically interested in this guy, yeah, I'll let him wine me, dine me, then I'll 69 him later. Cool. But if they both know that he wants to have sex with her, but she knows in her mind that she never will, then the jig is up. The reason why girls don't want to know, is so they can't play stupid. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he took me out on 7 expensive dinner dates because he just enjoyed my company.
Nope.
We're just trying to fuck. That's it. This is who we are. This is what we do.
You guys get this 2020, but y'all get real brand new. Why does a guy want to have sex with what?
Because we're men. That's why.
Seriously?
But I want a relationship.
I know what you want. What does he want? Okay, I get it. What do men want? Because men control access to relationships.
That's right.
And that's what you seem not to be able to get.
Well, will guys wait till a relationship to have sex?
Nope.
We certainly will not. We want to know why we're not going to wait for a relationship to have sex? Because we know that if a girl really likes us, she would not wait for a relationship to have sex with us. You see, the question that she just asked, are guys willing to wait for a relationship to have sex? Okay, well, are you willing to wait for me to pay for a date or to take you somewhere before a relationship? Oh, crickets, you say. So it's okay for us to invest our time, money, resources, and attention for something that's not guaranteed. But it's okay for us to put that out there before the relationship, but it's okay, but it's not okay for us to wait for the payoff. It's not okay for us to wait for the relationship to expect the booty. You guys see that? Do you guys see the dichotomy? Women expect us to come up off of our time, resources, money, and attention when there are no guarantees. But then they expect us to wait for sex. You can't have it both ways, especially with high-value men. It just doesn't work that way. Girls want to wait to give us the goods, but they want the goods from us immediately. No, it ain't going down like that. And guys are starting to figure it out.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, boy, this is my girl right here.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
She's a good-looking girl, though. I will say that. Okay, so guys, I studied this up close. I think this is her real hair. I think it is because, I don't know. Guess you guys are gonna have to tell me.
How old are you?
I just turned 26 yesterday.
26. Do me a favor. Hold the camera kind of steady or set it down so it doesn't move
Yesterday, I just turned 26 yesterday. Jerry Raven on the Sharp Stream side says, very good question, in my opinion. Does she owe sex after the second date? No. She doesn't have to do anything she doesn't want to do. However, by that same token, men aren't obliged to waste any more time, money, and energy on a woman who isn't demonstrably interested in him sexually. As women are fond of saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh, but you didn't get the memo, Dre Raven. You didn't get the memo. Her time is worth more than ours, remember? Remember? When we take a woman out and spend $200 on a dinner date, we're still indebted to her.
Okay.
Somebody better put Dre Raven up on game. I agree with you. I agree.
All right, and then we can have the conversation. So you're calling in to discuss what?
Basically a friendship that I have with the guy, and I know he likes me. So like in the beginning,
Street Fighter 88 says Donovan is a weavologist now. Hell no. Dude, I'd be like, yo, she's got real hair. And everyone else, that's fake, that's fake. Y'all tell me tracks and this and that. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll defer to y'all.
and then I kind of led him. I didn't purposely lead him on, but now looking back on it, I did.
Stop the cap.
Oh, okay. So you didn't purposely lead him on, but now that you think about it, you understand that, right? Bitch, please, man. Dude, you see how women act? Dude, women always act like they don't know. Women always act like they do not know. Oh my God, I didn't know he liked me. Fuck out of here, man.
Take advantage of the situation. We would go out on outings, and he would just pay. But in the very beginning, he did say, like, if anywhere we go, I didn't even have to bring my wallet. Like, basically just.
And why do you think he told you that? Why do you think he told you that? Because he wanted to be a good friend? No, because he wanted to smash. That's why. He wanted to smash. And you knew he wanted to smash.
I got you. And he would handle that.
Dre Raven says, LOL, I think I circular filed the memo. Touche, my friend, touche.
But ma'am, but let's be honest though.
Here we go. See, here we go.
If you were 360 pounds and 5'2" with 4 kids, would he have offered that to you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If you were 350 pounds and 5'2" with 4 children, would he have offered that to you?
Of course not. Of course not. And Kevin was very, very soft-spoken here. So basically, if he asked her, if you were a fat chick who had 2 baby daddies, 2 kids, do you think he would have offered to pay? And the answer, of course, is...
Nope.
Of course he wouldn't offer to pay. Because at that point, he knows you're a bad bet.
So
I doubt it.
Say it out. There you go. Say it.
When you say that I didn't intend to lead him on, and what he said, he was saying something because he wanted something.
There you go. Yeah, Uncomfortable Truth said, you heard him. Of course she did.
Well, he's the kind of person that is like a people pleaser.
So? And? So he's a people pleaser. So what, that gives you permission to take advantage of him?
So he never really asks for anything.
Oh, shit. Ladies, listen. This girl, this is an attractive girl. She's very attractive. She really is. She has really, really good skin. I don't know why her hair is a different color on the... She needs to get her roots touched up. But she's attractive, man. She doesn't appear to be overweight. She has beautiful teeth. I think she has really nice eyes. Good complexion. Right? Ladies, learn to speak proper English, man. Come on. And listen, man. Listen, I know sometimes I joke about this stuff, but really, if you want to lock down a high-value man, dude, it's ask, not ax. I remember when I was doing the show with O'Shea, I used to ask black women to say Carlisle Holiday. Carlisle Holiday. He used to play quarterback for Notre Dame. Carlisle Holiday is a very good linguistic test for someone to see if they really do have a strong command of the English language. Right? Oh, no, you guys... So she has fake hair? I thought I nailed this one. Are you sure? Dude, Javon Culver says weave. Oh, no. Oh, Juan from Chicago says, good skin, fake hair. All right, Devin, put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Is she wearing a weave, yes or no? Damn. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like 0 for 15 on these. Every time oh my God, it looks so real. Like, dude, y'all should have seen me about maybe an hour ago. I was like, yeah, I know this is real. Damn. Oh, Street Fighter 88 says definitely a weave. Motherfucker. And I have no reason to doubt you guys. You guys are undefeated, but damn, I swear to God. Dude, I'd be in big trouble. Dude, if I dated black women, I'd be in big fucking trouble because I'm a hair puller when I'm fucking. Fuck around and run up a $300 hair bill. Damn.
So if a woman were to do, so if we were switch the circumstances, do you have any siblings?
No.
Okay.
Only child. RPAP says girls will lead men on, i.e., let them pay for things and buy them things because they don't want to have a confrontation, as we have seen in most dating show breakdowns, but they sure love getting free stuff. I'm trying to tell you.
So if you were a people pleaser and you were just to give of your time and attention or give of yourself.
Give him the pussy, Kevin. Just say it. Give him the coochie. Give him the coochie.
To a man.
Street Fighter 88 says you can tell it's weave because she has no edges. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Unique 79 says fake hair. Look at the top left side of her forehead. Yeah, it does look a little weird, but you guys are some snipers, man. I swear to God, I really thought it was real. Like, I think, dude, I studied that thing for like a good 10 minutes. Cody Marshall says it's a weave. Bring her to a pool party. Man, damn.
He never.
Dude, I swear, if I were to ever date black women in the future, I'd be in trouble. Robert Dalton says Donovan is never correct with weave. Dude, no, I'm batting 0. Like, I never know. Like, oh my God, William Osborne says it's way fake. Oh my God. Dude, you guys can look at this stuff and instantly tell, man. Jesus Christ. See, that's why y'all know I've been fucking with sisters, is I can't tell shit. Oops.
Asked, would he be wrong for taking it?
Let me rewind that a little bit.
Switch the circumstances. Do you have any siblings?
No.
Okay. So if you were a people pleaser and you were just to give of your time and attention or give of yourself
pussy
to a man and he never asked, would he be wrong for
It's axed, Kevin. Axed.
taking it?
Say it.
Yep.
See, her hesitation tells us that she has a problem with it, which means yes. You see? So it's okay for a woman to take advantage of a man. There's no problem with that. But when a man takes advantage of a woman, now it's a problem. And again, the situation is like this. I've always said there's a difference. When a guy says he's in the friend zone, that means he is getting he's getting the companionship, but not getting the booty. A girl who's in the friend zone, she's getting all the sausage, but none of the companionship, right? So when a girl says she's in a guy's friend zone, she doesn't mean he's not smashing her. Oh, he's smashing her. He's just not spending time with her outside of smashing her. That's called the fuck friend zone, right? So when we take it to the next level, if a guy is taking out a woman and the woman knows she's not sexually interested in said guy, all her girlfriends are like, well, listen, if he doesn't, I mean, as long as he knows, I mean, I can't help it if he can't tell. I can't, I don't know. I don't even know that he wants to smash, right? But then the minute one of their girlfriends is like, that nigga Donovan, like, what happened, girl? Man, I went over there last night to give him a piece of my mind. Like, I keep telling him, like, I want a relationship, and I don't know. He never says he doesn't want a relationship, but he never says, no, he never tells me he wants a relationship, but he never says he doesn't. So I went over there, and of course, you know, he ended up smashing, but girl, he's taking advantage of you. He knows you like him, girl, but all he's doing is using you for sex. Gentlemen, that is literally the exact same thing. That is literally the exact same thing. The only difference is that men are giving up resources and the woman is giving up the booty. That's it.
Would he be wrong?
Say it.
Yeah.
See?
Oh, okay. So he'd be wrong, but you're not?
You're right.
I mean, seriously. We have the world to where you ladies can, even during consensual relations, you guys can revoke consent.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, women here in 2021 can now retroactively withdraw consent. They can retroactively withdraw consent. Yeah, like a guest I had on. Not going to say their name, but yeah, I had something happen to me, and a year later, I figured out that it was EPAR. What? Huh? Like, what is that? Get the hell out of here, man. Makes no sense whatsoever. Tabit Watts, $10, says, men, this is a very important lesson. Stop simping and tricking. Be upfront with your intentions. Women will unintentionally and intentionally waste your time. Wow. Well said. Very, very well said. Cookie Mag says, I know this is a little off topic, but what's your opinion or advice on someone in a sexless marriage? Get a girlfriend. Get a girlfriend. Yeah, I appreciate the question. That requires a lot of answer. But if you're in a sexless marriage, divorce is imminent. Debo says, on the flip side, $5 super chat. That's like asking a man asking a woman, why are you so damn sexy? She's gonna feel she has a right to be because she's a woman. Right. That's exactly right. Let's see. Yep, she's admitting she used him. Absolutely. Yeah, she's letting him know. Yeah, I used this guy. Totally used that guy. Of course I did. They always admit the shit. They always do. Actually, they don't always admit it, but they pretend like they don't know. Axe body spray, definitely a weave. Weaveology is not my strong suit. Yeah, you got that right. All strike, $5 says, baller move, hand her the money. I'm keeping the hair. That's funny as shit. Janik says, Donovan, sorry for the orange. Can't send super chats here, but you can have a TSR Weave Busters team right here. I can never, ever tell, man. Dude, get guap regardless, 105, $5 says that's a $400 weave. $400? Are you serious? Like, bitches are paying that much for weaves? Tater Jack says it's fake until proven otherwise. Yes, law number 5 of the 49 laws of Sharp, she is a slut until proven otherwise. So I guess I'm going to have to add law number 50 of the 49 laws of Sharp. It is a weave until proven otherwise. Okay, Ice Dragon Kid says, wait a minute. Edges are like how we have a hairline. Oh, so my edges, which of course are moving back. So the edges are the hairline. Okay. You know what? I might have to read up on this. How to tell she has a weave. Somebody needs to put on a course. for that. Black Goku 05 says most of the time they will start capping because they can't handle rejection. Had a woman try to do that to me, saw right through it. You know it. Let's continue. Oops.
In the middle of the act, you can say stop, and the man has to stop. This is crazy.
Yep.
Because women are smart, and you know that man wanted something from you. What did he want?
He wanted the booty, Kevin. That's what he wanted. He wanted that ass.
I kind of feel like he was just like, he really liked me, so he just...
But if he really liked you, but if that's the case, ma'am, I just said if you would...
Stop the cap.
Come on, man. Get out of here with this, dude.
350 pounds, 5'2" with 4 kids.
Right.
Would he be offering that to you? And you said no. So it's more than just he liked you.
RPAP on the Sharp Stream side says it's easy to pay for a $400 weave when you don't have to pay for dinners 3 times a week, right? Exactly.
Can we be honest?
Yeah, and I had a conversation with my dad about it, and I just said,
Wait, she talked to her dad about this?
Like, I don't like him. I'm not attracted to him whatsoever. And
Okay, then
he knows this.
What you do is you go ahead and write him a check for all the money is spent plus interest.
Look.
Have some character.
Look. She ain't saying shit. Look.
So, can I ask you a question?
Oh, no. We ain't moving on. You got to pay him that money, girl.
Well, would you be willing to repay him?
Nope.
I mean, yeah, like, if
Stop the cap.
Come on, man. Of course you wouldn't. You want to know why women are not willing to repay men? Is because women are not about to start paying for what they can get for free. That's how it works. And now she's going to try it. Now she's going to try and justify it.
we go on outings, then I'll take.
No. I said repay. I don't mean repay everything he's already paid. The hundreds of thousands he spent.
It wasn't that much, but
I don't care if it was $50. $50. Listen, man. Listen, I made good money, but $50 is a lot of goddamn money. Like, don't get it twisted.
yeah, it wasn't that much, but it was.
Oh, it wasn't that much, says the woman who didn't have to whip out her credit card, right? Oh, it wasn't that much. For real? I wonder what he would say about that. Street Fighter 88 says, my next book, Weave and Ease. Weave and Ease.
How many times have you guys gone out?
Uh-oh.
Like a handful of times.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, come on. See what she's doing?
Maybe 2 handfuls. So maybe like 10.
Oh, 2 handfuls.
Yeah.
10 times. 10 times.
Okay, so he's taking her out 20 times.
And you usually go to dinner?
No, it's never nothing like that. It's kind of like low key,
Okay.
like movies, which
Movies?
I don't know if
You say what?
that a
Movie?
date.
Why don't I hear you say
So she expects
movies?
she expects us to believe that this dude never took her out to dinner. Come on, man.
Things like that. Like
Movies, and the movie tickets
cap.
are how much?
about $8 to $10 a person.
What movie you want to see?
Uh-oh.
Well, that's just what it is where I live.
Yeah, I never eat.
We do.
Oh.
Yeah, we do
Right.
Okay, I thought she said they never ate.
carry outs, but not like fine dining.
Man.
Like that.
Fine dining or not, it's at least $50.
Right.
Okay, at least $50.
So because he didn't take her out on fine dining, well, it wasn't that much. This dude is spending $50 at the very least every time they go out. 50 times 10 is $500.
10 times is $500.
That's a lot of Mario coins, chick.
So I asked you.
This is funny. I'm going to rewind this. When Kevin says $500, look at her lack of expression. $500 this man has spent on her. No reaction.
10 times
Watch.
is $500.
No facial contortion. No nothing. No nothing. No nothing at all. Look. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. This woman has no appreciation for money. She just doesn't. Most women don't because men spend it on them indiscriminately. This is what we're up against, guys.
So I asked you, would you be willing to give him his money back plus interest?
Uh-oh.
Because you said you aren't attracted to this man and any of this stuff. So you knew that. And you knew that from date one.
See that?
Mm-hmm. And he knows it too.
So.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Bitches are steady fucking niggas they know won't never commit, but they stay fucking them. Don't they? You know you have feelings for him. You know he's never going to commit. He's told you he ain't going to commit. But he's still a dog if he takes advantage of you. Fuck out of here, man.
I want you guys to understand that this is how most women think. If I know I'm not attracted to you, and you know I'm not attracted to you, and you let me take advantage of you, it's your fault. But if you take advantage of me, it's your fault.
Right. See that? See that? If you're spending on money who you know doesn't have any sexual interest in you, that's your fault. If you're taking advantage of her, if you're sleeping with her and you know you don't want anything from her but sex, but you know she has feelings for you, that's your fault. Fuck out of here. Get out of here with that.
So if you were to be passed out of this house one night drunk and something happened,
Would he be wrong?
right?
Look at her.
And you were laying in this bed.
Look at that.
You were laying in this bed.
And he smashed.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay, well, there we go. That's not happening.
But so and that's an extreme case, man. But I really,
I value our friendship.
what I'm curious to understand is why is it so seemingly so easy for women who can understand the difference between right or wrong when they're in the wronged position? Why it's so hard for you guys to admit you're doing wrong?
Because, Kevin, women are allergic to accountability. You ever seen a woman say, that was my fault? Do you know what happens when a woman says that was my fault? All of a sudden her face gets a little puffy. Eyes start to get red. She starts itching her eyes. Women are so allergic to accountability. Whenever they admit fault, like you have to have an EpiPen nearby. Wait a minute. Diane's about to admit fault. You got the EpiPen? We have some Claritin D. Women are allergic to accountability. Hellfong on the Sharpstream side says she looks almost proud of herself. Yeah. Yep. That's the game. Fear to none. $5. Appreciate that. C-Dub with the $10 super chat says, using men they aren't sexually interested in for resources, time, and non-sexual attention is a woman's way of punishing a man who doesn't recognize her non-interest in him. Savage reality check that. Yeah. There you go. And it's funny. We can actually reverse that. Using a woman they're not interested in for a long-term relationship is a man's way of punishing a woman who doesn't recognize his non-interest for a long-term relationship with her. Oh, but that's a crime. He's a dog for that.
When it's something you want.
Theo Waugh, $15 super chat. Appreciate that. Says, if it's not that much, then she can easily repay. Exactly. If it wasn't that much, then stroke that check, baby girl.
Because what it sounds like is, I want what he's giving me, and I know I'm not going to pay for it. And if he's stupid enough to do it, that's on him.
That's on him. Yes, sir.
But I don't know if you believe in karma, but what kind of person does that make somebody to take advantage of somebody?
I don't believe in karma.
Because that's what it really is. It's taking advantage.
Right.
Yep.
What is that? What kind of person takes advantage of another person?
A thief.
I had a conversation with my dad about it, and he was just saying, it sounded like he was pretty much paying for your time.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Did that really just come out this bitch's mouth? Let's rewind that.
Person.
I had a conversation with my dad about it, and he was just saying, it sounded like he was pretty much paying for your time.
Oh my God.
So your father told you that this dude was paying for your time? So either you're capping or you have a terrible father. What kind of father would encourage his daughter to take advantage of a man she has no sexual interest in under the auspices of, well, he's paying you for your time? You guys, listen, Kevin says you can't make this stuff up, man. Women honestly feel, they really do feel this way. They feel like, they feel like if they allow you to spend time with them at their expense, you are still in debt to them. The fact that I am letting you near me, the fact that I am letting you bask in my presence, you have a debt to pay. Paying $250 for an expensive dinner date, that's the least you could have done. You're spending time with me. Malik says, and I ain't even mad at her. His fault for enabling her to do it. You got to learn at some point, my guy. Hey, I agree.
Yep.
I'm with it. I'm with it, guys. I'm with it. This is why guys like me exist. Law number 3 of the 49 Laws of Sharp. Never feed her before you fuck her. Why? Because if you do, you end up like this guy. Whoever this dude has friend zoned. Geeky Anomaly said she's lying. She brought in, quote, my dad as an appeal to masculine authority. Yeah, I agree. I don't think she's... Dude, this is cap. That's cap.
Stop the cap.
Ain't no way this girl's father told her he's paying for your time. That sounds like something her mother or her aunt would say. Get the fuck out of here. No man would ever tell his daughter, keep taking advantage of this man who is sexually interested in you, who you have no sexual interest in. He's merely paying you for your time. So your father told that to you to justify taking advantage of another man?
Stop the cap.
I'm calling cap. Fuck out of here, man. The Steel Curtain, $5, says they feign ignorance when they don't want to be accountable. Fellas, keep the wallet closed and starve these pigeons out. Shout out to Sporty Thieves. Appreciate that. Reckless Gaming says, welcome back, Mr. Sharp. Glad you're doing better. If you want the lowdown on Weave, watch the Chris Rock Good Hair movie. That shit traumatized me. Okay. That's Denzel Washington. Okay. An Ancient Man, $5, says Cüüchie $40 or less in ATL. Damn. That's some cheap Cüüchie. Derek Eaton with the $5 super chat says the entitlement is over 9,000. Yep. Goddamn right. Insanity. Let's rewind that. Because I don't believe for 1 second her father told her this, because somebody in the Sharp stream chat, Hellfong, says no eye contact when she said that. She is clearly lying. You guys caught that. I missed that. Let's take another look at that.
Advantage of somebody. Because that's what it really is. It's taking advantage. What is that? What kind of person takes advantage of another person?
I had a conversation with my dad about it. And
oh, she's not even looking at the screen. Oh, look at this.
He was just saying, it sounded like he was pretty much paying for your time.
Stop the cap.
No man would ever say that to a woman.
Because he knows.
Mr. Dad, stop capping for your daughter. That's bullshit, sir.
Stop the cap.
Oh, whoa. He said that's bullshit, sir.
If it wasn't your daughter, sir, you'd say she belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
I'll say it for her. Bruh. Fuck out of here with that. Look at her because she knows she's capping.
Honest, I'm a father, I have a daughter too, but ma'am, you know it's wrong.
That's done.
I'm just saying, you know you're not attracted to this man. You know nothing's going to happen, yet he's weak for you, and you'll take it.
There you go.
So what's your question, though?
So basically, if we when we go on outings and things.
It's funny. She keeps calling it outings. She doesn't want to call it a date because a date connotes mutual interest. Robert Leeser on the YouTube side says, if her father told her that, he was neutered years ago.
Yep.
Is it now, because when I go out with my female friends, we basically, split the bill sometimes.
So you split the bills with your female friends, but you let old boy pay the bill. Got it.
So with a male friend, it shouldn't be the same way. Should it be 50-50?
Are you talking about this guy?
Yeah.
Ma'am, if you continue to go out with my personal opinion, if you continue to go out with this man, you're a bad person.
Oh,
Well, we friends. We not going
No,
out.
Oh, bitch. Oh, we friends? Y'all ain't friends. No, you guys are not friends. He's trying to fuck you, and you're trying to extrapolate resources out of him. That's not what friends do. Get the fuck out of here, man.
It's not friend. It's not
That's
friendly.
the same
No,
with
that's not
friends.
friend. No, it's
Look at her. You can see,
No, see-
by the look on her face, she knows she's full of shit. Get out of here with
see,
this.
and I need you guys to understand that. Remember when I
Juan from Chicago says her female friends are a bad influence on her. Guys, listen and listen good. Listen and listen good. This is a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment. We're clearly pointing out the problem. We are clearly pointing out the problem, but I'm also going to give you the solution. The way to avoid women in situations like this, again, abide by law number 3. Never feed her before you fuck her. Well, where am I supposed to take her? On a first date, Donovan. I'm glad you asked. Let me make this very simple for you. A first meetup with a woman, you guys need to think of it as her auditioning for a second date. And this is assuming she has sexual interest in you. Okay? So when you do a first meetup, never ever go to dinner. No, always meet up for drinks or meet up for coffee. Those are the only 2 options. Only 2 options. Meet up for drinks or coffee. You can pay for it. You're not going to spend any more than 10, 15 bucks. Now, during coffee and or drinks, this is when you are quizzing her. Okay? This is when you are making her qualify. This is how to not be taken advantage of women trying to take advantage of you. This is when you're quizzing her. Do you live alone? How long have you lived alone? Did you go to a 4-year college? Right? What was your family life like? Was there a father in the home? Were you raised by 2 parents? Were you raised by a single mother? Do you have any kids? Are your friends married? Are your friends in long-term cohabitating relationships? Are your friends single? What do you and your friends do for fun? How close are you to your friends? Do you have any brothers? Do you have any sisters? Guys, these are the questions that you need to be asking women, because a shitload of information can be gleaned just from these questions. Most guys ask the bullshit question, so where do you see yourself in 5 years and what do you do for a living? You can ask her what she does for a living, but not because you're just trying to make conversation. No, you're asking her what she does for a living so that you can gauge the possibility of maybe spending more time with her. Were you ever in the military? These are the kinds of questions that you need to ask. Guys ask interview questions because in his mind, she's already qualified for his time and attention. Interview questions are always asked at dinner. Why? Because he already had it. Well, she looks good. She deserves dinner. No, fuck that. Fuck that. No. She doesn't qualify for dinner unless you tell her she qualifies for dinner. These are the questions you ask her on this first meetup. If, and only if, she passes that audition, she passes that audition, then that's when you allow her to spend more time with you. And dude, I did this 100 times and it never fails. Scenario, meeting up with a girl. We're at Starbucks. Hey, good to meet you. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Erica. Just use the name Erica. Hey, yeah, Erica. All right, good to meet you. Yeah. So how long have you lived in Vegas? Okay, cool. Okay, all right. Where are you originally from? Florida. Okay, all right. Why'd you move out here? Right? You have to ask her these questions. Well, I had some family stuff. That means she moved all the way cross country. Put a pin in that. Doesn't disqualify her, but now you know what to listen for. All right? Your parents still married? Oh, parents are still married. Okay. What's your relationship like with your dad? Awesome. Good. So far, so good. You're not just asking her these questions to make conversation, gentlemen. You're asking these questions to gauge the possibility that she is going to earn the privilege of spending more time with you. Do you have any siblings? Oh, older brothers. Oh, two older brothers. Okay. They were probably pretty protective of you, weren't they? Yeah, I'm protective of my sisters too. Are you and your mother close? Okay. So tell me about your friends. What do you guys like to do for fun? I mean, do your friends have, do you have married friends, boyfriends, whatever? Oh, okay. Good. Excellent. So I'm going to ask her a bunch of other questions. And listen, sometimes there are going to be some red flags. Sometimes there are going to be some crimson flags. At that point, you make your own decision. If I have decided, and I did this all the time like clockwork after I figured it all out. After that, and again, you have to already have done this. So before the date, you're going to make a reservation. You're going to make a reservation for one at a sit-down restaurant at the bar. Yeah, one for Donovan Sharp or Alex Hopkins. That's my name. Yeah. So if Erica has qualified to spend a little more time with me, I'll look at my watch and be like, well, hey, look, I've got a reservation. I got a reservation at such and such restaurant. Just a couple little quick appetizers. You actually seem pretty cool. You should come with me. You saw what I did there? Number one, I let her know that I already had plans. I have a reservation for appetizers. And one thing I forgot, listen, I've got a reservation for one at such and such restaurant. You should come with me, man. I'll call them up and let them know I got guests coming along. Right? So number one, you made plans without her. You didn't give her any guarantees. Oh, this guy made plans without me. Number two, reservations for appetizers. It's not a full meal. Number three, you let her know why. You seem cool. You seem laid back. I like your personality. Don't just say, hey, come out with me. No, you seem cool. You seem chill. Listen, I've got a reservation for one at such and such restaurant. Just appetizers we'll eat at the bar. I can give them a call and let them know I've got somebody coming along. You should join me. Right? So now we're setting expectations. She knows, okay, we're going to be at a restaurant, right? But we're not getting steak and lobster. Nah, just, loaded potatoes, chicken, whatever the case may be. Right? That's when you ask the second level questions, right? If she then passes those second level questions, at that point, you close your tab and angle for the second date. Or you can try to get her back to your place. The point is, guys, is that you should never, how can I put this? You should make her work for everything. Okay? Listen, if she's attractive, okay, you earn a cup of coffee. Being attractive earns you a cup of coffee, maybe a martini or two, right? If you happen to have a half decent personality, if you weren't raised by a single mother, if you don't have a sleeve tattoo, okay, let's go do some appetizers. And then at that point, if she's still very cool, be like, you know what? I just bought such and such at the grocery store. Let me make you dinner at home. Let me make you dinner at my place. Right? That, of course, is when you try to close the deal. The point is, guys, is you're not spending $50, $100, $200 on a first date just because she looks good. This is how to keep from getting taken advantage of by women. Every woman, the reason why bitches are always like, well, he's got to take me to dinner, because the reason why they say, well, he's got to take me to dinner if he's a gentleman is because they're trying to get something for nothing. No, fuck that. Fuck that. No. You look good. That's good enough for a cup of coffee or a Cosmo. Right? If you want chicken wings or loaded nachos or whatever, you got to qualify for that. And if you want dinner back at my place, you got to qualify for that. Don't just be giving these bitches $200 dates just because. No, fuck that. And girls aren't stupid. They'll pick up on this right away. They'll know, oh, okay, this guy is actually screening me. Oh, okay. So maybe this guy does have options. When girls see that you are discriminatory, they're more attracted to you because they know you have options. Let's continue.
I said, if she was the one that was weak for him and he took it, would that be wrong? She said he would be wrong to take advantage of her. And if he said, but we friends. Friends don't take advantage of each other,
There
man.
you go.
You're right.
This is why I said men and women
Look at her. She's all quiet now, isn't she?
are not friends. Gentlemen, understand, these women are not your friends. And they will use you if you will let them.
There you go.
And they will justify it and make it your fault. Because you said when you went out with you and your girlfriend, y'all split the bill.
So I was saying, should it be the same for a male friend?
You're not his friend, so it can't be the same. You should not be talking to this man,
You know, this is
dealing with this man, going out with this man. This is a person.
You know, this is interesting. This was a topic of discussion a few months back. Can men and women be friends? Well, yeah. Men and women can be. Of course they can be friends. It's just not a good idea for the man. And the reason why it's not a good idea for men to be friends with women is because women will take advantage of you. Men dude, women are positively useless as companions unless you are fucking them. Female companionship, dude, platonic female companionship is worthless. It's worthless. The juice ain't worth the goddamn squeeze. Fuck that. Do not care. I don't care. Well, what if she's a fat chick? And why are you friends with what? What, are you going to be seen with fat chicks in public? Huh?
Perfect phone call, because I really sense that this is what the world has told you guys. The men are there to be used.
There you go. Women look at men these days as commodities. It's almost like we're subhuman. Well, men objectify women. Gee, I wonder why. You see, when women take birth control and try to extrapolate resources, they're turning themselves into objects. Just like that. Just like that.
You want nothing to do romantically with this man.
There you go.
Fine. He wants something romantic with you, right?
Yep.
Then you need to say no and cut it off.
Yeah, man.
But every time.
She's not going to do that, though. She's going to nod and she's going to say all the right things. She's not cutting this dude off.
Every minute you talk to him, text him, interact with him, that makes you a bad person.
Ooh.
In my opinion, that makes you bad. Because you know he wants something.
I know he likes me, but he won't admit it because he knows that it's not there with me. Like,
you know he likes
What difference does it make? What difference does it make?
you, but he won't admit it because he knows you don't like him.
basically.
Why does he need to admit it?
Right. Why does he need to admit it if she already knows?
He doesn't.
Okay.
No, but you said he won't admit it. Why'd you bring that up?
The reason why she brought that up is the same reason why women like taking advantage of men. If he brings it up and admits, hey, I like you as more than friends, I don't want this thing to be platonic anymore, the jig is up. The jig's up. Because now the girl knows that if she allows him to take her out, there is a reasonable expectation for a romantic connection. That's why women don't like having these conversations with men, because everything is out there. Shit. He wants to fuck me. I know he wants to fuck me. He knows I know that he wants to fuck me. Fuck. Now you got to find another sucker. Now you got to find another loser. That's why they don't like having these conversations, guys. Yeah. See?
Probably a recent situation where he was trying to take me out of town for my birthday, and I thought it was like a romantic getaway.
Okay.
This is him shooting her shot.
Where I looked on the website. So then basically I said that's for couples. Like,
Nabil Khan says he admits it. He's done. Yeah, that's true. A lot of guys are, and listen, a lot of guys are afraid to admit this to the girl because they still want the chance, right? They still want the chance. So listen, I can't put this all on the guy because The reason a lot of guys never bring it up is because they know they'll get rejected. They still want to listen. As long as he's spending time around her, there's always a chance. They almost never know. They almost never know what the hell, dude. They don't want anything to do with that. They never know that they have no chance. Guys just think, well, if I stand there long enough, I'm gonna get the booty.
I don't want to do that. And he was like, I know. He was like, that's not for couples or something. He was like, I didn't know that. And then he said,
so he didn't know that it was a romantic getaway.
Stop the cap.
Get out of here, man.
I know you.
So
don't have to.
if he admitted he liked you, what difference would it make?
Arpep says, I remember Tom Likas talking about this. Guys forcing the issue by planning trips that look like honeymoons, right?
Then I would kind of cut it off at that point.
So like I said in my monologue, because
Cody Marshall says she's going to keep using it. Of course she is. Of course she is.
men are not direct communicators, regardless of how they got there, women like this young lady feel like it's perfectly okay to continue to take advantage of you because you didn't say definitively one way or another. But man, you already know the truth.
That's right.
Right.
I want to understand how you are okay with this.
Look how relaxed she is. I'm good. Kevin is like, I want to know how you are okay with this. Kevin, this is how our girls are being raised. This is how our girls are being raised. She thinks this is okay because everything tells her it's okay.
Because you were very clear. If the situation
Look at her body language. She could not give less of a shit.
were reversed, the man who was taking advantage of you would be wrong.
That's right.
I didn't really understand the question.
Is it okay to take advantage of somebody that likes you?
Oh, dude, come on.
No.
Are you taking advantage of this man?
She literally said at the beginning of this interview, I'm taking advantage of him. But now all of a sudden Kevin asks her and she's trying to change her answer?
I don't feel like I am now at this point because now I'm willing to, cover the bill and
Stop the cap.
Offer to pay.
Ma'am,
Stop the
today, ma'am, you did not realize you did not like this man sexually. Right on this phone call.
There it
You've
is.
known
See?
that for a long time.
She knew that from the jump. She knew she didn't want to fuck this dude.
Mm-hmm.
I just now realized I'm taking advantage of him. Oh my God, dude, girls always know. They always know.
That means you are taking advantage.
Yep.
Just because you are willing to cover the bill is irrelevant.
Somebody's got some checks
You
to
are
write.
still taking his time and attention. Are you his friend?
I am.
Then you should want the best for your friend.
Uh-oh. Cares about the sharp angler now. Uh-oh.
Do you not? I want the best for my friends. Do you want the best for him?
Yeah, nothing but.
Then the best for him would be to be away from you.
Oh! God damn! He led her right over the cliff. He said, if you care about your friend, then the best thing for him is to be away from you. God damn. Hold up. Wow. Yo, that was ugly.
So he can get with somebody who respects him, likes him, really wants to be with him, and deserves what he's doing.
Yep.
Because what you're doing is disrespectful, inconsiderate,
Yep.
and just because you're doing it in a nice, soft way doesn't make it any less dirty.
Nefarious.
Okay.
How much you guys want to bet she's fucking somebody else? How much you want to bet she's fucking somebody else? Anytime dude, 100, dude, listen. 467% of the time, When a woman has a dude in the friend zone, she's fucking somebody else. That's what it is. She gets the dick from the guy that she's in the fuck friend zone with. She gets all of her sexual needs met from the guy that she wants to fuck, and all of her non-sexual needs met by the guy she has in the friend zone. Standard operating procedure, gentlemen. Standard operating procedure.
You know this man likes you. Imagine you had a female friend who liked a guy a lot.
Uh-oh.
And he kept stringing her along, leading her on.
Yep.
And she was weak for him. You would think he's a what?
Simp.
A simp?
I didn't catch the last part. I'm sorry.
This girl is not very good at listening, is she? RPEP says, my time is worth more than my money. I only have 52 Saturday nights a year and only a finite amount of time and only a finite amount of them during my younger years. I don't want to waste them on a female that doesn't want to fuck me, even if she's willing to pay her own way. Real talk. Real talk. Juan from Chicago says, $20 says she has another dude. Dude, shit, I see your 20 and raise you 100. Of course she does. Of course she does.
If you had a female friend.
Matter of fact, not only is another dude fucking her, the guy she has in the friend zone is feeding the guy she's fucking. The reason I know that is because I've been on the receiving end of that. Dude, guys, listen, I can't tell you how many times I text a girl on Friday night, yo, come by at 10 o'clock. Okay. I can't tell you how many times they show up with an Applebee's bag, Outback, Fazoli's, Ruth's. And sometimes I'll even fuck with them. Hey, if you're on a date tonight, you know, make sure you get me some leftovers. I always get an LOL okay. That's all right. And after I smash, guess what I do? I go right in that fridge, heat that shit up in the microwave, say, appreciate you. Appreciate you. All right, so Dev put on the poll, is she wearing a weave? Is she wearing a weave? Let me go ahead and put up the poll results here. So 471 of you voted. 471 of you voted. 91% says that, yes, she is wearing a weave. And 8% of you know about as much, you guys know as much about weaves as I do. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate that. Gerard Butler, $5, says, if dating relied on women leading with their purses, the human species would go extinct.
Yep.
Goddamn right it would. Of course it would. You kidding me? That'd be all day, every day. Let's continue.
Who liked a guy. She liked a Chad or a Tyrone. She really liked him, and you knew he didn't like her. But he kept on leading her on, letting her be around. And she's like, well, maybe one day, girl, maybe one day. And just because he wasn't mean to her, what would you think of him?
There you go. See? He's a dog. He's a player.
That he needs to let her be.
You think he's a nice man for doing that?
No.
Huh?
No.
Then how are you a good woman?
Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, Kevin, don't do it to her. God damn. Whew. Is the 3 knockdown rule in effect? I am in New Jersey, so I guess so. Damn.
Okay. I get it.
I mean, do you really get it?
Kevin, she really gets it. She just doesn't give a shit. I think it's obvious. She just doesn't care. Look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. She could not give less of a shit. Couldn't care. She understands perfectly what is happening. She knows damn well what she's doing. She just doesn't care. She didn't care. She didn't give a fuck. But let her spend a year and a half chasing some ain't shit nigga who keeps telling her he's not looking for a relationship. She'll be crying to her homegirls. Niggas ain't shit. Yeah. Look at that. Her facial expression right there sums up this phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, she don't care.
So, what are you going to do with this man going forward?
I guess I can just, love him from a distance.
Stop
Do
the cap.
what from a distance? Do what from a distance? I didn't hear you.
Love him from a distance, or be his.
Bitch. No, you got to let his ass go.
Support him from a distance, and
Love him from a distance.
Yeah, Street Fighter 88 says this is entertaining to her. Yeah, you're right.
What kind of love?
As a friend, like
okay.
genuine friendship.
Right.
Because I can see, I sometimes catch.
I accept it. I just wanted to hear what you were saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Eros love, it's Philos. It's friendly love. But he doesn't want friendly love with you.
Nah, he wants to smash.
Right.
So this is a perfect example. See, when a man is in a power imbalance with a woman, the world tells a man not to use his power to take advantage of that woman.
Oh, my God.
And if he does, he's a dog.
Oh, my goodness. Holy moly. Holy moly. Kevin is, oh, my goodness. Dude, Kevin is cooking right here.
But he doesn't want friendly love with you.
Here we go, y'all.
Right.
So this is a perfect example. See, when a man is in a power imbalance with a woman, the world tells a man not to use his power to take advantage of that woman.
See that?
And if he does, he's a dog. He's a snake. He's the worst parts of the Bible. If he uses his power, influence, or whatever over this woman who cares about him. But yet when a woman does the same thing, we still hold the man. And you know that this man is weak for you. And I don't know if you believe in karma or whatever. And your father, sir, you were dead ass wrong for telling your daughter that she paid for his time, paid for his resources with her time. Dead ass wrong.
This is why we know her father didn't tell her this, because she doesn't look like she's taking offense. She's like, all right, so my dad was dead ass wrong. What of it? What of it?
And I'd tell your father that to his face if I saw him. You're dead ass wrong for saying that.
Damn.
You know this man likes your daughter, and your daughter has no possible feelings for this man. And you can articulate those. Then if you really care about him, let him go.
Does it look like she's going to let this dude go?
Nope.
Don't think so.
Go no contact. Cut him off.
Geeky Anomaly says, you don't love his ass? Oh, she loves him, just in a friendly way.
Because he will still try to hang in your friend zone. Do you think this man is going to be happy to see you with another man?
Shit.
Nope.
No, not really.
Huh?
Not really?
Not really.
Not really?
Do you see how women can never just tell the raw truth?
Not really? Do you think he's going to be happy to see you with another man?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No. And if you and your boyfriend start having some problems,
Uh-oh.
and you pick up the phone to call this friend, your guy friend, do you think he's going to be able to give you unbiased advice?
I don't know.
Oh my God. All right, I'm done. Oh my God.
Look at her. I don't know. And look at her face. Look at her face. This is a face of a woman who knows she's full of shit. She knows she's full of shit. Watch. Dude, women always play stupid when it's time for them to be accountable. Watch this.
I don't know.
Oh my God. All right, I'm done.
See? See that? He knows. She knows.
Stop the cap.
A man, you think a man who likes you and you're with another man, you think if you called him to talk to him about a problem with your boyfriend, that he could give you unbiased advice?
No.
No.
Thank you.
And see, what I need you to understand is what you just saw is a character break. Women have a need to maintain a certain character, an image. And when something conflicts with that, their public persona, it's almost like a schizophrenic break. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. This is why they can make up fanciful examples,
yes.
Things that only exist in Bizarro Land, Scarlet Witchville. Man, you know this man likes you. Leave him alone. Be the bigger person. Leave him alone.
She ain't fitting. She is not gonna leave him alone. Like she'll say, yeah, I'll leave him alone. She's not gonna leave his ass alone. Ain't no goddamn way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'm gonna open up the phone lines here in just a few.
Same to you.
All right, bye-bye. Good conversation.
Okay. Shout out to Neo with the $5 super chat. Says that she looks like Kermit the Frog. Kermit the Frog. Listen, I thought she was attractive. I thought she was pretty. She was a pretty girl. Except for the weave, though, man. Except for the weave, man. I had my weave detectives on the job. Weave
your show now. Press 1 to hear important instructions.
Theo Waff says she loves that money. Damn right. Damn right. Malik says Kevin Samuels at this point is talking to the audience of men, not her. Yeah, he does that quite a bit. He does that quite a bit. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines here shortly, but this next interview is actually quite funny.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Oh, my God. Hold up.
Appreciate it, though. Good conversation.
Listen to this
Have
one.
Have a good night, though.
Same to you.
She said, good.
All right, bye-bye.
How are you?
Good conversation, though. How are you?
Good. How are you?
She belongs to the streets.
Wow, she sounds like she smokes 2 packs a day and downs a bottle of Hennessy. 2 packs and a bottle of Hennessy. 2 packs and a bottle of Henny. 2 packs of Newports and a bottle of Henny. God damn.
I'm having fun. How are you?
You look like you're having fun. You looking all dapper.
Appreciate it. What do you got for me on the topic?
Well, I usually agree, and I do kind of agree with what you're saying, but at what point does these men have to be accountable? Like, I'm not going to keep taking it. They know when we don't like them like that. So if they're going to give us things that we like to be around us.
Here she goes. Mr. Shane Vicious, $2, says just another typical get the bad hooker. Yeah, that's what that is.
Of course we're going to do that. Like,
Of course we're going to do that? Like, for real?
Word, you're making the low end.
Dre Raven says, don't lower your oh my God, that was ignorance. Don't lower your standards, increase your value, gentlemen.
Integrity, low character argument.
No.
Yes, ma'am, you are. Yes, ma'am, you are. Because basically what you're saying is, look, if he can continue.
Jeremiah Franz, $2 says, if they're smiling when they respond, they're lying. You better believe it. You better believe it.
Yep.
To give me something when he know I ain't gonna give him nothing, then why shouldn't I take it?
Yep. There you go.
Okay, so
is that's the argument you're making?
No, I agree with you, but
you said
it's a transaction.
Oh no, you said
transaction. Ain't no transaction. But do you see that? It's a transaction. Even this woman, this woman is every bit of 44 years old. And this old bitch still thinks that a man who takes her out and spends money on her is in her debt. That's why she says it's a transaction. The fuck is the guy? Honestly, what's the guy getting at it? Well, he gets to spend time with me. Nah, it's not that serious.
No, there's no transaction because he's not getting what he wants.
There you go.
He is at
No,
this transaction.
no, he's not.
See, there it is. He is. No, he's not.
See, this is where you guys start. This is why I hold you guys even more reprehensible, because you're asking about accountability.
Ice Dragon Kid with the comment of the day. He says, "Yo, Flava Flav gotta chill. No, this nigga did not. No, you.
No, the fuck you didn't.
God damn, Flavor Flav. Holy God."
And when do you have an accountability to something other than your own selfish desires?
Ooh.
Okay, so
No. You can answer that question before you answer me a question. At what point do you have accountability to something beyond your own selfish desire?
Nope.
That's the answer. That's the answer. They don't.
at all times.
Okay, if that's the case,
Okay.
then if a man wants a romance from you, and you know he wants that, and you know you're not going to give it to him, and you know he's just doing this stuff to stay around you for the possibility that it could happen one day, and you know it ain't never going to happen, at what point do you say, I should not be leading this man on, even though I've told him?
I mean, how is it leading them on if I already told them? If I tell you, like, look, I'm not interested.
Then I hope
in
do you have any children?
I have one.
Son or daughter?
This is, see, when she says, I have one, you can tell this bitch is used to being confrontational. Like, I have one, that's when she's sort of bristling up because she knows what's coming.
Daughter.
I have a son.
I hope someone treats your son the same way.
Oh! Oh, shit! Uh-oh. Wow. Like, yo, my man just nuked her from orbit. He said, I hope someone treats your son the same way. Damn.
I hope your son likes a girl who has no interest in him and he cares about her.
See, look at her now. You see that? You see that? Now all of a sudden she's quiet. She ain't got shit to say now, does she?
And you know that girl has no interest in him, and I hope he spends all his money. And
damn. Lord Sinister, $5, says the transaction is called fraud. You could always just give the gift back or not accept it. Right. But again, modern women have zero morals. So if he's giving it to me, I may as well take it. Zayunda Heimdall, welcome to Chat Privileges. Looks like Zayuna forgot to subscribe. That's how you are able to join. The Steel Curtain, $5, says, I'm getting major, quote, stab wounds and bullet holes kind of vibes from this Rough Rider. Shout out to Jamie Foxx of the Players Club. Yo, real talk. Real talk. Listen, I can tell you right now, this bitch has been in a fist fight with grown men. I believe she has been in a fist fight with a grown man on more than one occasion. She has been shot at or she has shot at someone and she has probably been stabbed. I agree with you 100%.
Your elderly home money. I hope he spends all of it.
Oh!
I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. I am dead ass serious. I hope he bankrupts himself. So he's living with you.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Well, yeah.
Well, hold on. How would you know, Mom? How would you know?
But it would be okay though, because it would be his fault because he just.
You're right. It would absolutely be his fault. And I
said no. I said it would not be his fault.
No, yes, it would.
No. See, this is what I mean. This is what I'm telling you, gentlemen. This is why I tell you, you need to deal with women in a straight up, cold, and calculated way. Because when it comes right down to it, they are the ultimate survivors.
There it is.
And they will do what is in their best interest more often than not. And they will figure out any kind of logic to make it work. Make it work. Because, ma'am, ultimately, you're basically saying that if he's going to give it to me, and I told him I don't want it, and he ain't going to get it, and if he still want to give it to me, that's on him. All right. I hope you want to live in a world like that.
We do.
Okay. And that is why 62% of you are single.
Oh, no! Oh, my God! Oh, my goodness. Yo! He said, that's why 62% of y'all are single. Yo, Yo, my man K-Sam, Kevin, is hitting this bitch with haymakers. Like this whole interview, this whole call was like the first 90 seconds against Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Like, she ain't make it past the 90 seconds. Y'all know look, y'all know what I'm talking about. The first 90 seconds, Tyson is throwing those one-hitter quitters. It ain't like Piston Honda where he's throwing jabs and shit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Kev came out swinging.
Because there's no character.
Ooh.
My grandmother, the women of my grandmother's generation, knew not to accept anything from a man that they didn't want anything to do with.
Here we go.
Men offered many things to women. Cars, houses. I've dated women who are drop dead gorgeous. Who, back before I was on YouTube like this,
see that?
Men were offering them more than I could ever dream to have.
There you go.
Guys offering $30,000 to go down on her.
Damn!
I saw this. Offering homes, not cars, homes. Just to travel. And she turned them down because these women had integrity.
Integrity.
They had character. But in your example, take whatever a man's going to offer you.
Well, I mean, I personally don't do it, but
Stop the cap.
Oh, I personally don't do it. Oh my, for real. You personally don't do it, but you condone it.
Does not matter, man. If you condone it, you condone it. So that's the
man is gonna give it.
And that is why our community is where it is. Like it or not, the nation of it. No, I'm gonna say something. Several weeks back, there was a broadcast on the channel by many men from the Nation of Islam talking about the Kevin Samuels.
This is some real shit.
Phenomena or whatever. And Brother Dennis Sperling went over there. There's a quote that gets misinterpreted often, but the general quote was, "A nation can rise no higher than its woman." And this was a point of
It's funny. Look at her face. A nation can never rise. Look at her face when he actually says this quote. She totally misunderstood it. Watch.
That gets misinterpreted often.
Watch this.
But the general
and she misinterprets this. Just watch her face.
Quote was, "A nation can rise no higher than its woman." And this was a
look. She's like, oh, okay.
Point of contention because the quote was been misinterpreted or misconstrued when it's saying that a nation can rise no higher than the moral position of its woman. And if we have women who are willing to do what you're saying, what does that bode for the ascension of our nation?
That's what it means, Kevin. That's what it means. And this is why we are in the position that we are in. It's that simple. It's that simple.
What moral position does that woman have?
Nope.
I mean, it's 2021.
I asked you, ma'am, a specific question. Morals don't care what decade. What morals does that woman have?
None.
I think women still have morals.
What moral, ma'am? Don't play with me.
Ooh.
I asked a very specific new question.
I'm not understanding your question.
Ma'am, a nation can rise no higher than the moral.
She's telling the truth. She really does not understand the question.
Position of its woman. So a woman.
Is that a stab wound on her neck?
Who was willing to take something from a man who knows he wants something from her and she's not going to give it to him. Is that the morally right thing to do?
Nope.
To take something from somebody who's weak to you.
Look, see that? She knows the answer is no. And she is smiling while trying to think of a way to hamster an answer. Look.
No, it's not.
Then you can't make this argument, ma'am, because it's an immoral argument. It's immoral.
It's immoral.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you don't think it is, I'm willing to hear the argument, but I think it's immoral.
Okay.
You can tell me why you think it's okay.
I'm not saying. I think it's okay when you're honest and upfront about it. If you're honest and you let him know that you're not interested in, sexual relations, and he still offers, like, if you're asking him, okay, yes, that's wrong. If you're asking him because he likes you, you're playing into it.
Well, this is what most women do. They lead men to believe that they are sexually interested to extrapolate resources. Men, on the other hand, do the same thing. We lead women to believe that we are interested in a long-term relationship to get sex. The only difference is that when women do it on their end, it's called a good strategy. It's called being savvy. When men do it, it's called manipulation and, dare I say, rape. Oh my God, you manipulated her into having sex. That's E part. No, sweetie. The sex was consensual. Well, you lied about your intentions, and women don't lie about their intentions. Women don't lie about their intentions indirectly. Women don't mislead men about their position in life. Law number 26 of the 49 Laws of Sharp. Women cannot stand it when a man has a decided advantage on the sexual marketplace. It's all well and good when women play the game. But when men, as soon as they run up on a dude that plays the game better than they do, it's men ain't shit. Women have fucked over far more guys than they have ever been fucked over. The average woman has fucked over 25 times more guys than she has actually been fucked over. For every one guy that has screwed over a woman in some way, shape, or form, she's done it to 50 men. 50 other men.
How old are you again, ma'am? Seriously, how old are you?
You never asked, but I'm 33.
Stop the cap.
Did this bitch really just say? Hold up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear that correctly.
Asking him because he likes you. You're playing into it.
How old are you again, ma'am? Seriously, how old are you?
You never asked, but I'm 33.
33. She sounds like she's 53. And she looks like she's 43. This woman is every bit of 44 years old, y'all. This bitch is my age. Ain't no way this chick is 33 years old. Because if this chick is 33 years old, that whole black don't crack myth, that is right out the window. Holy God. Ain't no way that bitch is 33. No way.
Okay. Did you happen to know, did you grow up with your grandparents or great-grandparents?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, I did.
Is your grandmother still alive?
Yes, she is.
See that?
How old is she?
My granny is 87.
87. So your grandmother, she was born around the
1934.
34. All right, 34. So she was still born in the silent, in the late silent.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you think your grandmother and the women of her generation would have accepted something from a man under these circumstances?
Absolutely not. No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
Were those women better women than today?
I mean, according to you, they are.
No, ma'am, I'm asking you.
According to you, oh, come on.
No, ma'am, I'm asking you. Are the moral fiber of
the Steel Curtain $2 says Operation Venus Flytrap is always active, right? Lord Sinister $5 says, didn't she hear about the IG model in Texas? She was killed by one of her patrons when he drove hours to see her but got no play. Oof. Oh boy. That is not, ooh, yeah, hey, look, listen, he should go to prison, but by the same token, this is what happens. Devin said earlier in the chat, she was raised to believe that leading a man on was dangerous. It is.
those women better than the women today?
Okay, I was going to say, what exactly do you mean? The moral...
Oh, my God, dude. Anytime you ask a woman a straight-up question and she answers a question with a question, she already knows what the correct answer is. But now they want to say, well, how do you define morals? What are we talking? Oh, get out of here.
The moral fiber, yes.
Okay, I agree with you. Yeah,
was the black community better? Not what was
I
happening
would
to
say
not what no, not what was happening to the black community. The black community, was it better? Meaning, was it safe for black people? Was it safe for black girls? Could you leave your doors open? Could you knock on your neighbor's house?
Yeah, of course. Of course you could.
And get some sugar?
no, not back in those days. No, you couldn't
Excuse
because
me?
you had uncles that.
Hold on. Fuck that bullshit right there. You are not going to color purple my TV. That is some fucking bullshit.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You done fucked up now. You've done fucked up now. You done fucked up. That's it. That's it. You done fucked up. Because now Tevin is about to deal with your ass. Starting right now.
This is what I'm talking about. The color purpling of America.
Oh, my God.
You're 33 years old and going to talk about a time that you didn't. You can't make this shit up, people. This woman is 33 years old.
No, Kevin, I believe she's 53, actually. I don't think she's 33. I don't think she's anywhere near 33 years old.
And automatically she said the women were a different caliber of woman,
Okay,
a different moral character. And I asked you, it was the black community, and in her mind, all the men were dirty, pillaging, nasty, color purple, Mr. Uncles. That's what's in so many of these young women's heads. This shit has been put in their heads from their mothers and programming.
Wow, Kevin feels some type of way.
Your mama and them, your grandmama and them didn't tell you this stuff. And I'm old enough to remember that time that I'm talking about. And the world you're trying to say did not exist. Shut up.
Oh, he told her to, God damn.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, this is my show.
Real talk.
I get tired of black women always trying to paint black men as lecherous.
Damn.
You know what? Fuck that.
Oops. Uh-oh.
Let's do it. You want to be one of these women that keep playing black men as lecherous? Cool. Let's do it.
Oh, he's done gone Super Saiyan Tevin.
You're talking to yourself. You gotta unmute yourself.
Yo, he's about to set the record straight. He about to set it straight.
Sorry.
Do you know how dangerous it is for a black woman to keep saying these things about black men? And you have a black son that has to grow up in this world.
You see that? You see? She didn't even think about that. She didn't even think about that. She wanted to paint black men, just like Kevin says, as just lecherous. Just rape and pillage and all that other kind of bullshit. She's got a black son. Man. This is why, dude, this is why black men hate each other, man. Because they were raised by they mamas to hate and mistrust other black men. That's why. That's why. What she just said right here. What she just said right here is the reason why a lot of brothers you meet really don't trust you like that.
Facts.
The poison you just tried to spew out is something your son is going to have to wallow through when he reaches his manhood.
Damn.
But how is it poison if I've experienced it myself?
Oh boy, here we go. So now we're making an accusation, right? Now we're making an accusation. Come on, man. Come on. Listen, man, if this really did happen to her, I mean, my heart goes out to her, but like you can't be, isn't that always the trump card? Men ain't shit because it happened to me.
Then that is your experience.
Yes.
When I said with the community, you tried to act like it was the entire community. I said, did we have a neighborhood that you could sleep with your door open? That if you needed to borrow some sugar or some honey or some milk or some...
The answer was yes.
Some hominy or whatever, you could do it. And the first mother flipping thing out of your mouth was about your dirty ass uncle. That wasn't our community. That was your dirty ass uncle.
Oh, shit. God damn. Oh my God, yo. Hold up. I got to replay that.
Experienced it myself.
If you was that the okay, then that is your experience. When I said with the community, you tried to act like it was the entire community. I said, did we have a neighborhood that you could sleep with your door open? That if you needed to borrow some sugar or some honey or some milk or some hominy or whatever, you could do it. And the first mother flipping thing out of first thing out of your mouth was about your dirty ass uncle.
Oh.
That wasn't our community. That was your dirty ass uncle.
Oh,
That's not.
That was your dirty ass uncle. That was not our community.
damn. He said that was your dirty ass uncle. God damn.
That is not the community that people died for. That is not the community that the Nation of Islam is talking about. And I get tired of you women that keep coming on here trying to do this shit to black men. Get off my phone.
Get off my line.
That was all she wrote. That was all she wrote. She fucked up. Yeah, she fucked up. She fucked around and said the wrong thing. She fucked around and said the wrong goddamn thing. Woo-wee! Yo, Kevin's chili got running hot real quick. Like, yo, look, you guys know. I used to have that quick. I'm going to tell you what, man. Woo! God damn. With that said, let's open up the phone lines. 516-387-1987. 516-387-1987. Do women owe men sex after a second date? Now, let me explain. Let me just explain what I mean here. That way, everyone has sort of a. We can put this into context. And this is something that Kevin discussed in his opening monologue. He said the first date I'll give you. A first date does not go on a woman's coochie credit because you just don't know. You just don't know, right? And even still, not having to charge that first date to the coochie credit card, even that's doing them a favor. Because women know within 5 seconds whether or not they want to fuck you. Oh, yes, they do. Suzette, who was on the lead attorney a couple nights ago, she said, well, listen, I know I want to sleep with you within the first few seconds. Every woman knows, and we're the same guy. We're the same way. People know whether or not we want to fuck other people in a few seconds. It does not take us long. It takes women an even shorter time. But you never know. He could be a weirdo, could be a creepo, he might be supplicating, could be a mama's boy. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll give you the first date for free. Look, don't need your coochie credit card. However, if you go out on a first date with a guy, and again, we're not charging that to the coochie credit, and then you agree to a second date with a guy, that's going on your coochie credit card. That's going on the card. Because if you don't want to sleep with the guy, you don't agree to the second date. And don't block your phone number, because if you block your phone number, I'll just let you sit there all day long. I'm not going to hang up on you. I'm just going to let you sit there all day long. Do not block your phone number. Yeah, that's what I thought. Women know. Women absolutely know. They absolutely know. If they want to sleep with you, right when they see you. So if a woman has no intention of sleeping with you, then why then would they agree to a second date? Why would they agree to a second date? I'm not going to tell you guys what my opinion is, because I don't want to skew the room. But again, just consider what I'm asking here. After the first date, and this has nothing to do with commitment. This is all sex. Listen, you've seen each other, you've talked to one another. We're not talking long-term relationships. We're just talking visceral sexual attraction. If a woman knows she does not want to sleep with you again, why would she agree to it? If a woman knows she doesn't want to sleep with you, the only reason why she would agree to a second date is to get fed. So, first date you get for free. You don't have to swipe that Cüüchie credit card. But, if you agree to a second date with a man, to me, there is a reasonable expectation. Oh, she agreed to a second date. There must be mutual interest. There must be mutual interest. Otherwise, why agree to the second date? Right? Why agree to the second date? Interesting question. Do women owe men sex after a second date? This is going to be good. 516-387-1987. That is the number to call. My mouse is getting a little bit. There we go. 516-387-1987. Let's go to Juan in Chicago. Juan in Chicago. Do women owe men sex after the second date? Yes or no?
I have to say no.
Okay. And tell us why. Tell us why.
Because let's be real here. Women know exactly what they're doing. If they're there to get fed, they're there to get fed. But if she's actually interested in the guy, she will do it out of her own volition.
Okay. So you're saying if she's not interested... Wait, I'm sorry. Say that one more time because I think I misunderstood. Go ahead. Say that again.
I said, let's be real. They know what they're doing.
Right.
If she's there to get fed, she's there to get fed.
Okay.
But if she's actually interested in the guy, she will do it out of her own volition.
Okay. So if she's into the guy, she'll sleep with him. If she's not into the guy, she won't sleep with him. Okay. So if you're a man, okay, and you take a woman out on a date, it appears there is a mutual, I would assume, sexual interest, right? If you ask her out, on a second date and she says yes, would you assume that she is sexually interested in you, or would this still just be the feeling out period as far as you're concerned?
I would say it was just a feeling out period, because if she doesn't want to have sex, I'll easily just call another girl.
Well, I'm talking about from the girl side. Like, obviously the abundance mentality is there.
Oh.
Right? But I'm not trying to skew your opinion one way or the other, but if a girl agrees to go out on a second date with you, isn't there a reasonable expectation that she is romantically interested in you?
I want to say no.
You want to say no?
No, I want to say no.
Okay. Even though we know, and again, I'm not trying to pressure you, even though we know women make decisions on who they want to have sex with just like that, even though we know this and you've already been on a date with her, if she agrees to a second date, you're telling me that you still can't assume whether or not she is sexually interested in you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Very good. Well, I appreciate the honesty. Juan in Chicago, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Okay. So Juan in Chicago says that he does not believe that they owe you sex. All right. Well, let's go to the next caller. Let's go to Zach in Boston. Zach in Boston, you're on Live with Donovan. Do women owe a man sex after the second date?
Good afternoon, Donovan. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Oh, better than I deserve, sir. Thank you for asking.
Good stuff.
Well, I have a couple of things that I want to touch upon, but I have a quick question for you.
Sure.
You touch upon it a lot, but do women know right away whether there's interest or not?
So do women know right away whether or not they're sexually
like
interested?
Right when they
in
meet somebody, they inherently know whether they want to fuck them.
Oh,
they
yes.
Want, or they don't, right?
Yeah. Of course they know, yeah.
Okay. So if they know that, and they agree on the first date, sure. The first date is not only for us to interview them, but for them to interview us to disqualify our resume, right?
Right.
And their resume, in job terms, right?
Yep.
Well, if they agree on the second date, that means that we pass that test.
One would assume, right?
So there should be that expectation that things will get physical.
Okay. All right.
If not, it's disingenuous in general.
Listen, and I agree. Like fundamentally speaking, if a girl agrees to go out on the first date with you, listen, obviously, as far as we're concerned, there's probably some sexual interest. Otherwise, why agree to go out on the first date with you? Unless, of course, she was trying to take advantage of you, right? So you go out for that first date, assuming that everything went okay. If you ask her out on a second date, or better yet, she says, "Hey, we should do this again sometime," I can't see a reason why there isn't a reasonable expectation that something physical could occur. Because again, why agree to go out on a second date with someone you are not romantically interested in?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Exactly.
All right. Any final thoughts, Zach?
There's a couple of things that I talked to your screener about. I don't know if I have time, but
no, go ahead.
I think this all ties together with the issue that has been going on with folks saying you have no right to talk about black issues because you date a white woman,
a white girl,
and with these women that are thinking because they're offering I should take it. Everything these days, and this is, I think, where Kevin was going, there's no more objective truth. It shouldn't matter. I'm a white guy. It shouldn't matter if I see an issue in whatever community, just because I'm a white guy, I shouldn't be able to talk about objective truths.
Right.
Just like, I'm Jewish as well.
Okay.
If someone has something to say about a Jewish community, I shouldn't be offended if there's objective truth in it. Now, I'm not saying bigotry, and I'm not saying racism. But, what I'm saying is there are certain truths in life that these days, just because of SJW,
wokeism
mentality, we can't talk about any.
Because if you do, you get canceled. So, for example, if you as a white guy, if I were white and I were to say, single motherhood is a big problem in the black community. If I were a white guy, I would be shouted down, only because the black community would say, well, you don't have a right to talk about black issues because you're not black. Well, the objective truth is that single motherhood is a problem in the black community. Listen, this is a very good question. I might actually do a show on this. I really do want to know why black people think that anyone who is non-black, or if somebody dates or is married to a non-black person, woman or man, why they're not allowed to speak on black issues. And like I said,
I have an answer for that, Donovan. I have an answer for that.
Let's hear it.
It's white liberals.
Oh, okay. Expound on that.
Okay, so if you look, there's a number of clips, right, where conservatives, I don't know if you watch any like political commentary or whatever.
I used to.
But there's a gentleman.
Yeah, I used to watch. I used to watch Bill O'Reilly all the time, but he's been since canceled. But I don't have the time. But I definitely skew more towards the right as far as my political beliefs. But I don't watch political stuff as much as I used to. So.
Okay. I mean that's what I do for a living. So part of it is watching this and developing arguments, right? Well, I watched this guy named Steven Crowder. And he does this thing called, Change My Mind series. And it's so funny. There's this clip where there's this black girl and this white girl debating him, and the white girl is speaking for the black girl.
Wow.
And that's not just an isolated incident. You can go and look at, all these different, situations where there's these protests at these colleges, and people are asking these questions, and you'll see white professors saying, "Hey, don't talk to them." To a minority person. Why can't they talk to someone who has a different opinion than them?
Listen, I agree with you 100%. I can't, because it's funny. Even a former panelist on the 6, which by the way premieres on this Sunday at 8:30 Eastern right here. Even Lucario feels this way, and I'm not saying that he is right or wrong, but I remember one guy called up and said something about a black issue, and Lucario said, "Wait a minute, are you black?" And he ended up being black, and so we all kind of made fun of him. But yeah, a big thing in the black community is that if you're not black, you don't get to talk about black issues. And of course, they've put me in that box because I have a white girlfriend that I have forfeited the right to talk about. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want. Nobody's going to fucking stop me. Definitely not the likes of them. If I want to talk about black issues, I'll talk about black issues. If I want to talk about white issues, I'll talk about white issues. Listen, the black community doesn't control what I can or can't say. My freedom of speech is protected under the First Amendment, and their criticism of me for speaking about black issues when they feel I shouldn't be is also protected under the First Amendment. So I guess we'll just have to go back and forth on that. But that's a very good question. I've never really understood why, particularly in the black community, unless you're black, your opinion, or you don't deserve to speak on it, or your opinion doesn't matter or count. That's a good question, man.
Yeah, I mean, just because I'm not, I know this could be a very controversial thing, but the ending of babies, for example. I can't say the thing.
Yeah.
But just because I'm not a woman doesn't mean that there's an objective truth that, if it is a life, then, it's an ending of one.
Right.
Right? It has nothing to do with, because I'm not in that situation, I can't see that objective truth.
Well, I'll tell you something here. I'll tell you something else, Zach. It takes two to tango, right? A lot of women say, well, it's my body. It's my body, my choice. Well, there are two flaws with that argument when it comes to Noit Robas spelled backwards. Number one, you didn't make the kid by yourself, okay? The father impregnated you, right? Because I'll tell you what, if she decides to have that kid, she's not going to say, well, my body, my choice, I don't want child support. Oh, no, she's going to hit you up for that child support 11 times out of 10, right? Listen, women they want to say my body, my choice until, of course, they shit out the kid, and now all of a sudden, oh, yeah, you're the father and you have to be responsible. Here's a second flaw with that argument. Since when do mothers own their children, right? Mothers don't own their kids. The body inside of your body is not your body. Yes, it is your body, but the body inside your body belongs to that kid, that child, that fetus, whatever the case may be. Now here's the thing. If we're talking about it raw, listen, it is their choice. Whether it's right or wrong, it is absolutely their choice. They can do whatever they want to do. But any woman who gets a Noit Roba and uses the argument, my body, my choice, that, to me, that's a flawed argument because you don't own your kids. You don't own your children. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. I mean, it is the law of the land right now. I mean, that's the objective truth of it. Doesn't mean, slavery was legal at one point too. Doesn't mean it was right.
Oh my God, Zach! So, you're a white guy. You should not be talking about slavery.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, no. I mean that's kind of just one other thing. I talked to you a while back, and you asked me to email you some information, but when I tried to email you, it was bouncing back that it couldn't go through. So I was wondering if there was another way to go.
Yeah. Shoot me an email at oh boy, hold on, give me a second. tsr@donovansharp.com. That's my personal email.
That's the one I tried.
Try it again, because that's the one that go. Well, go tsr@donovansharp.com and then do devin@donovansharp.com.
Okay, I will. I'll do that.
Zach in Boston, thanks for checking in. I like guys who make me think. I like thoughtful discussions like that. Okay, let's go to River in Sacramento. River in Sacramento, do women owe men sex after the second date?
Hey, Donovan, good to talk to you again. I appreciate you taking the call.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, I don't think they owe it, but I think Patricia Neal said it best. I don't want when can't fucking. I want when not fucking, which is basically like they owe you the chance. Before the date, they can't just say in their head, not till the third date type of thing.
Okay.
Like, because like they talked about earlier, that they know if they want to fuck you or not. They're basically, if they're open to it, they're just waiting. So I would say they owe you the opportunity if you have enough game, sort of a thing.
I like that. That is the best.
It's basically like that.
Listen, I like that. That's the best. That's the best answer I've heard so far. Do women owe men sex after second date? No, but they owe you an opportunity. I like that a lot. I really, really do. I'll give you the last word, River.
Right, because you can't read their minds. So like you were saying, how it's implied that they're liking you.
Right.
Like, okay, yes, I like you. I'll give you another chance because you didn't have enough game to get it the first time.
Right. Right. No, I totally agree. River, thank you for calling, man. I appreciate that. Wow. I like that. Women don't owe you sex, but they owe you an opportunity. Just like men, we don't owe women resources, but if a woman has given us the booty, they probably feel like we owe them the opportunity. Now, whether or not we give them that opportunity, that's when they get upset, but I like that answer. Man. I really, really do like that answer. Women do not owe men sex, but they owe you an opportunity. Okay, let's go to Awestrike in Maryland. There we are. Awestrike in Maryland. Do women owe men sex after the second date?
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, thanks, Donovan. I agree with Kevin. He was killing it. And but first I'm going to say there's two kinds of women. You have the pure virgin unicorns.
Okay.
And everyone else. So if a woman's truly saving herself for marriage, I get it. A man's patience and respect for her virginity is deserved.
Okay.
But, the least she could do is treat him with respect in return.
Okay, in what way?
So that's one thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're right.
Well, just like, if a woman would treat someone she's in a long-term relationship with and having sex with respect, she would have to treat him that same way and not, like, with contempt because, like, I wouldn't even have sex with you. Well, she's not having sex with anyone, so...
Right. I'll actually add to that.
She should just treat him like a husband anyway.
Let me add to that, Awestrike. I've talked about this an awful lot because a lot of times, like a lot of people really don't know or understand. Like, okay, is she going to give me sex? Oh, wait a minute, that's not supposed to say River in Sacramento. Is she going to give me sex? Yes or? There we are. Okay, you guys can see me now. Is she going to give me sex? Yes or no? Here's the thing. We always teach and preach women, and I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about this before, but I always tell women, listen, you're going to have to protect yourself from me. If we're going out, I'm trying to smash. Like 10 times out of 10, I'm trying to smash. And I say this all the time, Awestrike, and I'll let you continue, but just let me finish my thought here. The quickest way to shit test a woman on a date is to try to fuck her on the first date. If she lets you fuck her on the first date, then guess what? You know damn well that she is not a long-term relationship material. She's just not. That's just all there is to it, right? Damn it. Let me work on the camera. That's just all there is to it. But if you really like a guy and you really want to save yourself, the only way a woman can really save herself in that situation is to not just ghost him. If you're not going to sleep with the guy, hey, listen, I'll certainly continue to court you and all that good stuff. But by the same token, you need to show interest. You need to show interest in one. Oh, there we are. You need to show interest in some way. Hang on a second. You need to show interest in some way, shape, or form. So if a girl really likes you and she does not let you smash on the first date, you better be blowing up my phone. You better be, and I don't mean to go on too long here, but the best way for a woman to handle this particular situation is to let him listen. I find you sexually attractive. I'm not bullshitting you here. I really want to have sex with you. I really, really do. But I don't want to, I don't want you to think I'm using you, but I just don't want to go too fast. I really, really like you. I definitely want to keep seeing you. I just, we can do other stuff, but just let's not have sex yet, just so that we can do this the right way. Then the next day, if she's blowing up my phone, hey, how are you doing? I can't wait to see you, blah, 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 blah. If she's doing stuff for me, she comes over, cleans my house, stuff like that. At that point, that's worth waiting for, because now she's acting like a girlfriend she's acting like a girlfriend. But if a woman says, no, I don't want to have sex with you, and then all of a sudden you don't really hear from her that often, that's when you know she's hustling you. I didn't mean to hijack your thing here, but you can go ahead and continue with your thought. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, you bring up a good point. When I say respect her virginity, it's not like don't try. It's just like no EPAR, and maybe you might still be interested in seeing her even without, getting your needs met. Now, that's not for every guy, but then again, there aren't that many of these unicorns anyway.
Of course.
But anyway, so if she's a typical 304 who has one-night stands, then I would say she does owe a man sex, probably by the first or second date, because, unless he's doing something to turn her off, and any woman reserves the right to be turned off by anything at any time, then she does owe it. But, there's, a subtle difference between owing and being required to.
Okay.
So, she isn't really required to, and that means that she's not really required to have genuine interest in the guy before she accepts a date with him, because she knows she can get away with not doing it.
Ooh.
So I think, Kevin was talking about integrity, and integrity and honor is what compels people to give something owed when it's not required, when no one forces them to do it.
Right.
So, in my opinion, women are no more honorable than they have to be, and you could say the same for people in general, but they only understand honor when there's shame and punishment for acting dishonorably.
Oh, wow. Very, very good point. Hopefully I don't disappear when I sit down. So what do you think of River and Sacramento's? They don't owe you sex, but they owe you an opportunity if there's genuine interest, or do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I think that's really the same thing, because if she's a 304, she's going to give it to you. If you're unattractive or you do something stupid, she's not going to give it to you. And if she's one of these unicorns, she won't give it to you. So it's kind of like a different way of saying the same thing. And it's interesting. If they give you an opportunity and you've got a game, you'll get in there.
Okay. Very good. I like it. I'll also run this by you, Ostrike, because you call in quite often. When Kevin says you owe him sex after the second date, I think he is talking strictly to 304s. I think he's talking strictly to 304s. And the reason why I say that is because 304s give up the booty for far less than 2 dates to dudes who really ain't worth shit, right? So if you're not going to let the ain't shit nigga smash, but then you're going to withhold sex from the dude that's actually doing stuff for you, I think that's what Kevin means. Listen, if you're going to give it to this dude for next to nothing, then you owe it to this guy to give him some ass, because you're giving it to somebody else for free.
Yeah, and some of these one-night stands go down in 5 minutes. So,
yes.
Why should you be, strung along for multiple $500 dates?
Dude,
kind of crazy.
Totally agree. Wow, great call and great insight, Ozstrike. I appreciate you checking in, man.
All right, my pleasure.
All right, very good. Good conversation. Hopefully, there we go. I think it has something to do with my Stream Deck. It's like one of the wires is just a little loose. Oh, shit. Did I go dark again? Oh, there I am. Okay. All right, let's go to Alyssa. Let's go to Alyssa in Florida. Alyssa in Florida, do women owe men sex after the second date?
Hi, Donovan. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. So my opinion on this topic, I do not believe that women owe men sex after the second date. I think it's a little bit tricky to put a particular timeline on it.
Okay.
And another thing that I haven't heard anyone mention is kind of this idea that's fed to women that you should wait a certain period of time before getting sexually active with a man that you're courting, so that he doesn't view you in a lower light, if that makes sense.
Yeah. absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of my opinion on that, because at least for me, a lot of the female spaces that I frequent push this idea that, yeah, if you shouldn't get active too quickly with a man, because they might class you, you know, kind of like how we talk about the Madonna whore complex. They might disqualify you from a long-term relationship as a result of you having sex too early.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because I've actually received quite a few emails, and I think there was one, I had one female, and this was years ago. She actually, I forget what the email said, but it was along the lines of, okay, let's say I'm out on a date with a guy I really like. I can see long-term potential with him. He checks off all the boxes, and I don't sleep with the guy. But if I don't sleep with him, he's going to go and sleep with somebody else, right? Well, at that point, I said to the girl, okay, well, if he's going to go sleep with someone else, you have to understand, just because he sleeps with another girl doesn't mean that he's not still interested in you, number one. Number two, if you're going to assume that, then he's not interested in a long-term relationship anyway. So if a condition for him, if a condition for him to continue to give his attention to you is sexual access to you, and you're looking for a relationship, you're gonna have to let him know, look, I really want to be with you, but I want to withhold sex so we can do this thing the right way. If that's not good enough for him, then guess what? He's not interested in a long-term relationship. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. No, I 100% agree. I think that's one of my biggest conundrums with me when navigating dating is that, okay, obviously men want sex early, but if you have sex early, they place you in that category, and or if you wait too long, they'll eliminate themselves from the equation. But what you're saying is basically make your intentions known, and if they decide they want to walk away, they can, to not waste both parties' time.
Yes. Listen, and how old are you, Alyssa?
I am 23.
Okay. So you're right there in your prime years. The way it works, especially with men of value, and this is very, very simple, is if you happen to be out on a date with a guy, you like him, he checks off all the boxes, et cetera, you have to be, and men, we're not mind readers, right? Now, some men are good at reading body language and all that, but you have to, and let him know, hey, listen, I would love to have sex with you, but I don't want you to place me in that category, right? Now, if he's a high value guy, then and again, he will only take you seriously if you follow up with the behavior. So if you let him know, hey, look, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't want to, listen, I would love to have sex with you, but I want to do this the right way. What you do after that is absolutely key, because if you tell him, I don't want to have sex with you until we get serious, and you're not paying attention to him, you're not texting him, you're not spending time with him, then he is going to think that you're hustling him. So guys will understand, okay, she says she doesn't want to have sex until we get serious. If I'm a high value guy, I can respect that if she's spending time with me and only me. Because if a girl says, well, look, I'm not going to fuck you tonight, and then I find out she's out on dates with other guys, or that I only hear from her in the daytime and she disappears at night, I'm thinking, okay, she's hustling me. But if I try to fuck a girl on the first date and she says she doesn't want to have sex, okay, great. I wake up first thing in the morning, hey, hello, handsome, would you like to, let me take you to lunch today? Okay, all right, this might actually be something real. So, and listen, I'm going to advise you the same way, Alyssa. Listen, if you want a guy to take you seriously, do not sleep with him on the first date, no matter how much you want to. Because I'm telling you, as a man who's had experience with a lot of women, the minute you sleep with a man on the first date, you are immediately disqualifying yourself for anything more serious than just a fuck buddy. And if that guy commits to you and you slept with him on the first date, guess what, Alyssa? That's not a high value guy, because high value men know that we should not be committing to women who have sex on the first date.
Right. Okay. Donovan, thank you. And another thing I wanted to ask was that the same way that there are women that would kind of hustle and finesse men for a meal ticket, do you believe that on the flip side, there are men that would feign wanting a long-term relationship for sex, that if a woman expressed, hey, I don't want to do this until we get to this point, do you think that there are men that would really stick around until that point just for sex as a whole ploy, or do you think that they would just bounce?
Let me think. If the man was really looking, and it depends on the girl and the guy, right? If the girl appears to be a quality woman, okay, all right, she wants to refrain from sex until after we're in a relationship, all right. And again, just like I told you before, I want to see how she acts after that. But if I just bounce, if you tell me, well, listen, Donovan, I'm not going to sleep with you unless we're in a relationship. If I make myself scarce, then that means that I wasn't interested in a long-term relationship with you anyway. And that's not what you're looking for, right? You don't want to be dealing with guys who are not looking for something long-term. So if you tell them, look, I'm not going to sleep with you until we're in a relationship, and he just dips, well, he's telling you, I'm not looking for a relationship.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
No
problem. This has been really illuminating to kind of hear an opinion from the other side of the aisle.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alyssa in Florida. She entered into the Lion's Den. All right, let's go to Tyrell in Buffalo. Tyrell in Buffalo. Do women owe men sex after the second date?
I'm gonna have to say 100% equally yes.
Okay.
I agree with Kevin Samuels.
Okay.
The way he was trying to explain it to the two females, and I wanted to go more in detail because I heard a few of your guests. I am an African American male, and I do have some points I would like to talk about if I have the time.
Let's do it.
Okay. The contrast between caller number 1 and caller number 2 in Kevin's show, one was younger, one was older.
Right.
And you was breaking it down. Now, I'm African American male. I have experience in the dating market. I'm 37. Want to get married. I'm looking. Been looking for 20 years. I want to say from the age of 20. No, I'm not. Over the age of 15 to 35. I pretty much was hardcore searching. Kevin Samuels was spot on that show. When he was asking the questions and they were trying to dodge the questions. And most of their callers don't experience, they're non-black, so maybe they need to be educated on this point of view. Especially if they haven't grew up in poverty and haven't grew up in the hood.
Okay.
It's a survival mechanism.
I got you.
So some of these females want survival. So it's understandable. They want to get better, and I understand that. Now, the thing about it to me is, there's two types of females. You got, like, to me, I'm in accounting, and I do forensic accounting.
Okay.
You got two types of people in the business world. You got your predators, and you got the people who are stewards of the business.
Okay.
The people who do the right thing, who take care of the business, make sure the business is straight, and you got some people who is all about themselves. It's all about me. They feel like they want to get the raise. So if they get denied, they start skimming the company. So in that case, I see, through my point of view, the majority of the women out here are predators because they either want money or they want the lifestyle that they can't afford, and they want that type of lifestyle without the man.
Right.
Now, I've seen many situations where one female would juggle, I would say, between 1 and 4 men.
Oh yeah.
And these are simp men.
Yep.
Me myself, I'm an alpha male. I tell a female up front in a relationship what I want, and if she says no, okay, that's fine. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. And we can still be friends. Now, I'm not going to go and give you things and have nothing in return, or if I want to help you, I'll help you. That's not a problem for me. For me, I don't like, when females, they're single, have kids. They say, I have no food for the house or something like that. I'm not going to let a child, starve in my eyes. I'll go ahead and do what I have to do and handle my business, even if I'm a friend.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem in that.
Okay.
But you do got some females who, and I know a personal friend of mine. He was a colleague in college. He loved this girl. And basically in the end, she took everything. You know what I'm saying? And he had two children with this female. He loved her, and the way this female acted to this guy,
was criminal.
It was crushing me.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it, when I used to work in downtown Buffalo, and then I used to go for lunch, I saw the guy. He was homeless.
What?
And
Are you
he didn't
kidding?
recognize me. Yeah, he didn't recognize me.
Oh
And then I walked to him and told him and who I was, and he was like, "Oh my God, I gave him, I gave him some money, something to eat." And this guy, he had a good job, he had money, he had the house, had the car. The female just didn't respect the relationship. Did whatever she wanted to do, and it broke the guy. And with some guys, it can get to that point. I was mentally stronger than that. I wouldn't allow that to happen to me,
Right.
And to me, and I'm still searching, I'm still looking for that wife. But remember the last show I spoke to you, I went to a different country.
Yes.
And I went outside the box. I went to a beach in Dominican Republic, just want to have a beer, just want to put my sand on my toes. And the women there, they communicate in a way where you don't have to, like, you would know when you speak to them and you take them out and go somewhere to eat. You would
There's
know.
no deciphering anything. There's
at
no
the end of this
game.
day, what's going to happen?
Right. There's no running game. There's none of everything is just
there's
out
no game.
front.
There's no game. I had a situation where I took a girl out to eat. The dinner only cost me $20 American. But this woman was so happy. She had the so happy look on her face. Wow. And when you take them to your hotel or whatever, they know, and I knew, because
they know
they'll take their clothes off, go straight to the shower, and they'll look at you like, "Are you ready?" And to me, it was like, "What? I'm not used to
this." You're like, "Hold up, slow down. What's happening here?" Right? You're looking for the cameras.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "Okay." I mean, like, to me, like that was good, because they see an alpha male, they see a strong male, they get attracted to that.
Yeah, man.
And if I did the same thing here in America, if I take a girl out on a $20 date. Oh! What else? You got something else?
Oh,
and I had a girl tell me, I need my hair done. I need my nails done. That's how they juggle these men. That's how they go to one man for their nails.
Check it out.
One man for their weave.
Right, one man for their phone bill, one man for their rent, one for their car note. You need your nails done? Yes. I need my dick sucked.
Yes, exactly. And at the end of the day, like, I live in Buffalo, so it's a small market here.
Yeah,
and we're at the tops of the poverty line in America. So I see that rampant. I would say 80% of the women here are on that mode as the chick number one that Kevin Samuels was interviewing. She's young, she's attractive.
Yep.
She wears the weave so she can advertise. Now, I do like, she's attractive. I would say she's, up to 7 to 8 level. You know what I'm saying? She's a good looker. And you know what I know? I known mothers that would tell females that look like that, "Girl, you better go ahead and get what you got to get from him." Yeah. Especially if they don't have, if they're poor, that's how they train them.
Hell yeah.
So they can, I don't know. To me, I grew up in a different household. I can't speak on that point of view, but yes, I've seen it. They said, go out. If you got money, get what you can, get that bag. That's how the game is played. To me, I know when a female's running that hustler game.
Right.
You gotta have a stance. You gotta tell the woman, okay, if you want like these nice things, this is what I want. And then if that's how you want to take the next step, take the next step. But if you're a genuine man, and if you say, okay, like, say for instance, like a younger guy, and he really likes the girl, and she's genuine, cool. That's a good icebreaker. I would say yes after the second date if they really are genuine. But you got some women who will lead a man on just like that first caller and will not have sex with that guy, and that guy will be paying the rent, paying the weave, paying whatever. And that's the predator side. That's the side I don't really. To me, if I find out a chick like that, she's done. I'm deleting the number. I'm cutting communication. I don't want nothing to do with that.
All right, let me. I'll go ahead and give you the last word. I'm gonna get to the other callers.
Okay, well, in this case, I would like to say thank you for having me on the call again and
absolutely
saying my point of view. And I'll say for the men out there, just take your time, because you will know. Like, I see a lot of guys, the callers, they say, oh, they don't know. If you a guy, if you got eye contact, she make eye contact with you, she laughs at your jokes, you hold her, and I say this number 3, if you hold her, right, and if she likes you, she's gonna feel kind of hot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The temperature of the body raises a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If her lady parts don't tingle, then that should give you a sign, sir. That should give you a sign. So signs that a female will give you, if you know it. So don't act like, they don't. Oh, they know. They know.
Tyrell in Buffalo, man. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Good call, man. Very good call. I'm going to get to Tailored Carnivore next. Jeremiah Franz, $2 super chat, says, our looks and career make up 90% of their interest. You are probably not too far off. Basil Denson, $2. He retracted the statement. Then he said $5. He says, Juana's wrong all the way because she is playing you at that point. Yeah, I mean, it really depends upon what her actions are afterwards. Jeremiah France, $2 says the state owns your kids. That I agree with. Oh, shout out to Jeremiah Franz, TSR Tower's newest member. Appreciate that very much. Ostrike, $10 says if a girl does it quickly, she might be a 304. If she doesn't call you back, she is a 304, racking up that body count. I don't know. I'll come back to that. All right, let's go to Tailored Carnivore. Tailored Carnivore, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Great to see you live again.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I just thought I'd call in and offer my opinion on this since I'm in the middle of moving into an office space. By the way, as busy as you know
good for you. By the way, Tailored Carnivore is the guy that tailored my suits. So this is the guy. This is the legendary TC. So what you got for us, man?
All right. So I'll kind of speak at this from a little bit of a personal experience, but I'll try to define a few things first.
Okay.
We know, because many of us have either heard or read, whether you like him or not, the work of Rollo Tomasi.
Yep.
And he says that women kind of peg you as either provider stock or like breeding stock.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And that's true. That's true.
100%.
So, all right, guys. I do my thing so that, when I interact with a woman, I know what I want her to perceive me as. Okay? I don't want her to perceive me as somebody that's going to, she can ride the dinner train on, the gravy train on, okay?
Right.
So I don't carry that body language into those interactions anyway and never have to answer that question. I digress. Do that on your own time. But
it's non-verbal communication.
Yeah, if you understand and you see that she's kind of like vague about the whole thing, then you know that she's seeking plausible deniability. She's seeking, like, I'm not going to show him whether I'm interested or not because I don't really want him to know. And you're doing this little bit of dance thing, okay? But let's just fast forward all the way through a date. At least for me. If I know that she's actually interested, I've seen the body language, all that other stuff, I just assume the sale. Okay, I don't ask, I don't wait for her to, ask me to walk her to her car, all these other things. I've already paid the bill, okay, even I've already set it up with the server beforehand so she can't usurp and try to pay the bill in my stead. Like, if she's sitting at a place and she gets there before me and I don't like the table, I'll make her move to take authority over the situation. I send signals to let them know, like,
I'm in charge.
You can expect that when if you don't like me, you're probably going to end this date early, girl.
There it is.
I'm trying to filter that girl out, actually.
Good.
I'm not trying to communicate to her that I'm thirsty. I'm trying to communicate to her that I'm busy.
Okay.
Okay, and that she needs to weigh out her decision-making appropriately because in reality, even though I'm busy, I'm not entitled. And I don't think that she owes me anything and know that she owes me nothing.
Right.
But there is that still nuanced expectation on one side or the other after the fact where it's either she feels like she's presenting that she owes you. Maybe she feels like she owes you.
Right.
Or she's sensing that you think she owes you.
Right.
Even though she doesn't.
And you
right?
do not want to do
women,
that. You do not want to give that feeling.
Legally, all those other stuff, like they owe us nothing. But in terms of just social credit, yeah, they do. If at the end of a second date, but if they're going on a second date with you, and there's not like an understanding there already, or some body language there already. Like, here's what I mean. Kevin Samuels talked about dick discipline, and I'll talk about this, how I play this card. I go into a date scenario, I could tell the girl likes me, I like the girl, chemistry is all there. We both kind of open up to the idea of smashing. We could do it. I don't walk her to her car, I just start walking her to my car.
Okay.
Like, I'm sending signals. Like, I'm leading you to logistics that are for what we're doing here. She may or may not put up an objection. If she doesn't put up an objection, it's home free, right? We could take it and do it. Okay? Maybe she is even expressing like overly interested, right? Like to the point where it's like, geez, this is on a silver platter, totally easy for me to take. That's usually when I actually pump the brake.
Okay, so well, hold on, let me stop you right there. So after you pump the brake, what are you telling her then? Because at that point, to me, that's almost like I don't want to say a check or checkmate situation, but that could be some awkwardness. So how do you communicate to her, hey, look, I'm still in charge and it's all good? I see him on the line, but you there? Taylor Carnivore, you there? Damn it. All right, let me go to the next caller. That was going to be a good conversation. Actually, let's try to keep these calls as brief as we can. We have a lot of callers. I want to make sure I get everybody in here. Dean in New York. Dean in New York, thanks for calling in. Do you think women owe men sex after the second date?
Hey, Don. How's everything?
Doing good, man.
That's good. That's good. Well, I would say yes and no. And the reason why I say that is because I was a guy that was used a lot, right? Without knowing how to, like, vent off vet girls and ask the right questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of that experience of being used a lot, literally, I was a guy that, I told you about this a little bit. I was bomb a light, but I was saying, like, I kept being used, taking girls out on a date, spending, I don't know how much money, right? It was just crazy. So I got to the point of asking serious questions of some examples that you were saying earlier. And now I got to the point where I was like, yeah, on a second date, that shows she's interested. And again, when the other guy said that, yes, if you have some game, you know, they'll give that to you. But at the same time, I also realized they don't owe you what you expect from them.
Okay.
Even though they expect something from you,
okay,
you can't expect it from them. And this girl, my mom actually, I remember my mom, she adopted me, right? So I'm an adoption. And she's from DR. So she told me something one time that changed my life completely. She's still married, by the way, and so are her parents. He said, focus on yourself. These women nowadays are not the women that you think they are. So what you need to do is not only the right questions, but get yourself in a position that even if you have a bad date or have a bad experience with the girl, right? It's a learning experience, and it won't affect you as much as if you weren't on your game or on your grind.
Okay.
I was like, what do you mean? And she basically told me that as you level up, and a man, she can't speak for a man, but she's saying, because she's married to a guy who's successful, and I have respect for this guy, like, completely.
Okay.
He told me, outside of what she said, he was like, man, let me just tell you how it is. If you don't do what you have to do for yourself, don't expect the girl to respect you. And I was like, ooh, gee.
Let me get back to the top. Well, hold on. So let me get back to the topic. So it is your opinion. It is your opinion that women owe men sex after the second date.
After the second date, I would say the third date is the latest, because if she doesn't do it on the second date, when you was explaining a little bit earlier how she has some value of herself, if she doesn't like rush it,
right,
and she qualifies for that third date, like the second one is appetizers and the third one is the, okay, you know, I can either make her dinner or take her out.
Okay.
to dinner. Yeah, so I would say after the second date, not specifically on the second date. Depend on the girl too.
Okay, very good. Dean in New York, thanks for checking in. Let's see, we've got Joseph in Tacoma and Carlos in Chicago next. Let's try to keep these as brief as we can, guys. I want to make sure I get to everybody. Let's go to Joseph in Tacoma. Joseph in Tacoma. I actually used to live in...
Yo, what up, fam?
Hey, what's going on, man? I used to live in Stillicum, man, if you can believe that.
Oh, actually, that's where I live. That's down the street from you, man.
Oh, how about that? Yeah, Pierce County, Washington. All right, so what do you got for me, man? Do women owe men sex after the second date, yes or no?
Do women owe men sex on the second date? I'm going to say this.
Okay.
I'm a manager at a warehouse. They come in my trailer and they whine about how the girls are taking advantage of them. And this is what I tell them straight up. She should take you for everything you got. Let me ask you a question, Donovan.
Okay.
I thought about this when I was listening to the other caller because they really got some really good feedback. But this woman said this interesting thing on Fresh and Fit podcast. She said this. She said men are sluts. And then Myron and Fresh disagreed, but I want to reiterate what women are actually talking about. What if you walk in, because you talk a lot about you came from Vegas, right, Donovan?
Yep.
You walk in the door. You go in the building. You slip in the 20. $3,000. You win. You're going to be like, what the fuck? Hey, I got some money to lose. You throw in another 20. Oh, my God. How? And you just keep putting money in the machine, and you keep spitting out money. Now, if you're going to cut the woman off, I'm getting back on topic here.
Okay.
So you go out on a date with her on the first time, and you don't smash.
Okay.
Then you're on the second date. Shouldn't you be guarding yourself? Like if we're going to judge women on being 3 or 4s, for like opening their legs right away, don't you think, just like you walk into Vegas and you put in a 20, and you're supposed to lose, that's what you're really expecting, but it wins, that you shouldn't just keep taking from you? And I think that's what women are talking about. It's like these machines are made to they study us, right, emotionally.
Yeah, the house always wins.
That if we put in some money, they might do it again.
Right.
So I'm saying when women are out on dates with us, they get that high, like, oh my God, all I have to do is be around this guy, and the jackpot's broken. Every time I'm around this guy, he pays for my shit. Right. He went to college. He's educated. He can spell. He can balance his finances. He carries a job. He's a supervisor. And he's going to take me home and blow my back out and make me bust a nut while I just sit there like a starfish? And you're not supposed to be... So I know we're talking about two kinds of women, which is what I think this conversation kind of needs.
Okay.
If it's on the second date, does she owe you sex? Personally, me, Donovan, I've never had issues with women, and my father taught me not to put my hands on women, which also means you should also place yourself in situations where you can be in control of your emotions.
Yep.
So I don't think I want to make a woman bust. That's just me. I shop at Goodwill. I shop at Nordstrom. I shop anywhere I need to get what I like. And that's honestly a mindset that I have. Like, I'm not going to take a girl home that I don't want to smash because she has to be cool on some level. So let me ask some of the guys out here that's listening to this.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up.
You can tell. Yeah, let's wrap this up. You're sitting across from this woman. She's looking you in the eye. You know she doesn't care what you're talking about. She doesn't care about your job. She doesn't care about your ambitions. Why do you want to take her home and smash? She's a boring date. You hate what she orders. She doesn't ask you any questions about your family. Why do you want sex from this woman?
Well, because she's hot.
That's the question that I would pose to everyone else.
Well, I'll answer that question.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll answer that question because she's hot. That's why. If I'm just trying to smash, I don't care what kind of personality she has, right? I mean, she could have the personality of a doorknob. If she's hot enough, I'll try to smash. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stick around. That doesn't mean I'm going to try to pursue anything more with her outside of a sexual relationship. But I don't need to be mentally stimulated by a woman to want to fuck her. That's my answer.
And I'm not saying that you need to be mentally stimulated, but this is some advice that my brother gave me. And then I'm going to let you get off the phone, Donovan. You got a lot of lives to say about there.
Yeah, I had to let him go early. Sorry, sorry, Joe in Tacoma. We're getting a little long-winded here. Carlos in Chicago. Do women owe men sex after the second date? Yes or no?
Oh, you can hear me, Donovan?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't think a woman owes a man sex after the second date. I just think a woman should give a man clarity and like a man should put himself in the position to want to make it happen and understand her situation, because I know these women, they talk about, men are dogs, they're out here running around with hidden families, baby mamas, but truth be told, these 304s are doing the same thing. I mean, they got multiple baby daddies, they got a boyfriend or a husband long term, and they just want to do whatever they want. And I think it's important for a man to scout her a little bit, because me, in my experience, there was this one woman, she was legally married and she's on the dating scene, and for a couple of days she didn't want to give it up, and it was pretty abundantly clear. I mean, she was trying to test her options out, and I just think it's important for a man to get a how do I say it? I think he should be scouting the women too. I mean, is she interested? Is she engaged? Is she texting you after you guys are done with your date?
Yeah.
So, to go off the last caller, the caller before, there's the two types of women. The women long term, they might not want to have sex the first date, but if a man with a good enough game could put her in that position. So I just want to say, a man, he should want to put himself in the position for him and the woman to get intimate. Hey, you want to come over after we have a drink or a night of bowling or whatever, and it will pretty much, the true colors come out. So I do it the first date, the screen, you see how you are, if you're cool or not, whatever. If it happens, it happens. But once the second one, it's gonna reveal a lot. If I say, I got a hotel room, let's hit the jacuzzi, then come up to my room.
Right.
So it's going to reveal itself. So I think men should do that. And just being honest, I know guys in the manosphere, they talk about being honest, and it really helps too, but you should put her in the position to make her be honest. And women, they lie a lot. They like to convince you of the opposite. Real quick, there's this one woman, I said, we were talking about body count. She goes, I only been with 3 men, or that was her favorite number, and then that's her favorite number, and she was just convincing me. So a woman, if she's convincing you a lot on the first or second date of how loyal she is or how interested she is in you, I mean, you just gotta have good game and just get out there with the women and just see how they act and put yourself in the position to get intimate with her, and that will just show the true colors.
I agree with you 100%, Carlos, and I'll leave you with this. Law number 24 of the 49 Laws of Sharp specifically states the more a woman tries to convince you of something, the more likely the opposite is true. So if she spends a half an hour trying to convince you that she's only banged 3 guys, she probably has banged 3 guys this week.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Carlos,
these women, they do that. All right, man. Take care, Donovan.
All right, appreciate that. Good call from Carlos in Chicago. Yeah, listen, Carlos is right, guys. Carlos is right. And a couple of you guys have also alluded to this. You have to put yourself in a position to be intimate. Hey, would you like to come back to my place for dinner? That is an open invitation. Listen, I am trying to set the mood. If a woman is not interested in you, she will not come back to your place, at which point you don't have to waste any more time on her. A lot of guys are afraid to just go for it. Hey, we had this couple of drinks. Let's head back to my place and, let's head back to my place for a nightcap. Maybe make some shrimp fettuccine Alfredo or something. If she agrees to go back to your place with you, she knows what it is. If she doesn't, you know what it is. Good call there by Carlos in Chicago. Let us go to Alvin in Australia. Alvin in Australia, do women owe men sex after the second date? Yes or no?
Hello, Donovan. Hi.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
Oh yes. Do women owe men sex after the second date?
Right.
Absolutely yes.
Okay.
Now, here's the sticking point. The problem is that the same rules that we are trying to apply on women, it doesn't apply on them, and they're trying to use different rules to apply on us. Now, if women are truly what's the word?
Sexually interested.
If they are reasonable and as Kevin Samuel used to say, virtuous.
Okay.
They will state all what they want clearly. Like as a friend of mine says, when you're dating a woman, you need to read the contracts properly because they're writing in such a way that's very small that you can't see properly. So
we're talking
they don't
contracts
state
now,
what
right?
they want clearly. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's how it is, though. That's how it is.
So, yeah, they don't state it properly. So the problem is that yes, a lot of guys don't have game. So we cannot expect, as Kevin Stemmer said, you cannot expect 80% of the male population to alpha up. It's not going to happen. Never going to happen.
Right.
So what is going to happen? These average ladies are going to be smashing guys left, right, and center, taking their money and their resources. So, and if a guy does that, the whole world will come down on you and say, "Oh, you're taking advantage of this women," blah blah blah.
Exactly.
But when women do, it's Tuesday, you know. So, at the end of the day, the actual point is that yes, men deserve sex on the second date.
Okay.
If everything is normal.
Okay.
But we all know that never happens. So at the end of the day, a man needs to do some research.
Yes.
On what kind of girl he's going out with, if she had any interest in him and all that. And of course, all of us went through this stage of, we took a girl out and we didn't have game and all that, and they burned us bad. And maybe it was first one, second, or the 100th one that burned us that we now have to alpha up or go through the red pill rage at some point or another. So eventually, unfortunately, the guys get there. How long it takes us to get there, who knows? Who knows?
Only
but
time will tell at
with the
that
internet,
point, though, right?
most of us are getting there quicker than it would have happened, I don't know, maybe 50 years ago or so. So I guess it is what it is. So it's a mass conversation, but I know a lot of women are going to disagree with that point. But if we flip the genders and say, okay, how long should a man be stringing along a girl before he calls her his girlfriend?
Right. It's almost, and thanks for the call, Alvin in Australia. He makes a very good point. It's the same dichotomy, right? Let's say a guy is having sex with a girl, but he hasn't made her his girlfriend, right? So now the question becomes, well, do men owe women commitment after he's been having sex with her for a month? Right? Now, most men would say, well, the answer is no. I'm not obliged to give you commitment because you've given me sex. Like, I need more than that for me to give you commitment. However, we don't really want much from women other than sex. That's just what we want. This is not like, and again, Myron talks about this all the time. Women don't call it a value. They don't think of this as a value exchange. They think of this as a value loaded exchange. If you spend time with me, according to the girl, you are indebted to me. Okay, very good. Let us go to Joe in California. Joe in California. So you want to talk about being able to talk about race issues? Go ahead.
Yes. Hey, Donovan. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of rehash what you were saying earlier. Yeah, it just seems like no matter what, they're not gonna be happy. The people who like are cancel culture or whatever, no matter what race, or whatever, they're not gonna be happy because I'm saying it, by the way. Like I said in my super chat, like if I'm Hispanic, right? If I start talking about black issues and all that stuff, like quoting you or quoting Myron or quoting Kevin, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, you're a Hispanic. You don't know what the heck's going on in the black community. Right. You haven't got that black upbringing," as they said to you, right?
Right.
But then, if I was black, right, and I'm still quoting you guys, well, you're just a coon. You're just whatever.
There you go. We can't win for losing,
it's
dude.
Just dumb, because like,
we can't win.
I know. And the dumb thing is, right? Because I actually had this with a few non-blacks, right? I was like showing them and telling you guys, and they're like, "Oh, well, I've seen a couple of things they've broadcasted, and they just made me talk about black issues." Like, well, yeah, it's black issues, but it also appears to us. Just because we're Hispanic doesn't mean we're not exempt.
Right.
You don't think Hispanic women are doing the kind of the same thing? Just not extreme, because right now, unfortunately, as Kevin and you guys have brought up, blacks are on the lowest of the low right now. But I'm not sure where all the statistics are. But if I was to guess, I would say Hispanics aren't too far behind. So we should be, oh, we're not blacks, so we're fine. No. Oh shit, we're kind of getting close to the last. We should make sure we're not ever last.
Right. No, I agree, and I think every race should have that mindset. I mean, the black community is an enigma, man. Just when you think we might be making some progress, something happens. But one thing that seems to be very, very clear about and this is based on this is not only just based on my experience. This is based on everyone's experience. Oh, pardon me. Is that no matter what, and thanks for the call, Joe, I appreciate you chiming in. One thing that's been pretty consistent about the black community over the years is that as soon as someone in the black community becomes successful, the people that tear them down the most are other black people. I posted a clip from the Godfather of Harlem on Instagram a couple of days, and it's Bumpy Johnson, played by Forrest Whitaker. You know, he tried to make a deal with the French Connection, and the people he was supposed to do the deal with, they backstabbed him, right? So he had to off all those guys, and it really started fucking with him. And so one of his guys was like, "Man, you know, it's the white man," and Bumpy is like, "No, don't blame this on the white man." He says the biggest obstacle to our race getting anywhere is us. It's ourselves. The black community is its own worst enemy, man. Anytime one of us even makes a name for himself, dude, it just appears that the majority of people who talk shit about us is our own people. The majority of people who talk shit about Kevin Samuels, black people. The majority of people who talk shit about me, black people. I don't know. This is just always the way it's been. Let's go to Ray in Oregon. Ray in Oregon, do women owe men sex after the second date? Yes or no?
Simply enough, yes.
Okay.
And I'll quote the great Anthony Johnson on this. If you and get in on the first one, you're a sharp mama.
Wait, say that again? Okay. All right, Ray, call back in. I didn't hear what he said. Let's go to Janik L'Italian. Janik L'Italian in Hong Kong. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Buenas tardes, Senor Sharp, and I'm still in Mexico.
Oh, are you trapped in Mexico, dude?
Till the 27th, because I have to take a flight going through Tokyo and not through the States. Hey, I'm enjoying it here, so it's all good.
Oh, my God, dude, that is crazy. All right, so what you got on the topic, man?
Okay, so I got both the race and the owing question, and I'm going to boil down through them as quickly as possible.
Okay, let's do it.
Do women owe men sex? I'm going to quote from Kevin's book, Tom Leykis' book, your book, and who else? Anyway, as Kevin says, as Leykis women used to say, dating equals twerking, dating equals sex.
Okay.
You basically say women are born, men are made. So do women owe men sex? No. And here's why. Because this is the kind of thing, like touching the hot stove, that you can't learn.
Right.
You can't be taught. You have to get burned. You have to do it. Okay?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it comes back to the tale of, the turtle making the snake ride on its back and you knew I was a snake and type of thing?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so a guy has to get burned enough times to be able to see this kind of shit coming. Plain and simple.
Right. It's almost like we have to, in order, and I say this all the time, man, especially with men, there are some lessons that we can be taught, but most of them have to be learned, as in we have to go through those experiences, man. That's what I think, because the reason why I've learned and I know so much about women is because I have failed with them so many times. But now there's enough information out here from guys like us so that guys don't have to make these mistakes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing that the brain fart kind of let go, Rollo says it in The Rational Male. Desire cannot be negotiated. So when you're talking about owing, you're talking about the negotiation process taking place, and that kind of defeats right from the get-go.
Wow. Okay, Janik, listen, so you're in Mexico for another 5 days, is that correct?
Correct.
Man, oh man. All right, well, I guess there are worse places to be.
Oh, absolutely. This is Disneyland. And very quickly on the race thing, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
After seeing, as it was said, like the woke culture and everything, I mean, my background is I've lived in Haiti almost 6 years. I've lived in West Africa. I've lived in North Africa. I live in a predominantly, obviously, Chinese city. And looking at people's behaviors, I've come down to the answer I give all the time, and I get dirty looks out of it, is it's only considered racism if you're white. Because there's been a whole lot of hashtags going through Stop Asian Hate and stuff like that about apparently people being racist against Asians.
Right.
But if you really want to stop Asian hate, you have to go to Asia. Because Chinese don't like Japanese don't like Korean, nobody likes Filipinos or Indonesian. It's already, they don't need my white ass to
dude, it's insane, man. There's always some sort of racism. Dude, there's always inward, dude, like Hawaiians are the same way, man.
There you go. And you have no idea, like, as I said, like living in Haiti, I grew up there. I speak the language better than most kids I know.
That's why you speak
French. See something like a hurricane or an earthquake or something that absolutely blows Haiti to pieces, but yet Dominican Republic right next door doesn't get shit, and I actually point that out, then I'm all of a sudden wearing the white sheets, burning crosses and everything, yet I'm Canadian.
Well, Janik, listen, man, good luck there in Mexico. Hopefully you get out of there on time, and we'll talk soon, brother.
Okay.
Janik L'Italien calling from Mexico. Like, listen, I guess he got trapped there. Yeah, if your call dropped, call back in. I'll leave the lines open. Tailored Carnivore, if you want to call back in, please do so. Ray in Oregon, I think we got cut off. So Tailored Carnivore, Ray in Oregon, give me a call. Let's go to Cali West in Miami. Do women owe men sex after the second date? Yes or no?
That's a no.
Okay.
But I'd like to provide an explanation.
Let's do it.
Okay. Hey, can I answer two questions? I want to answer the racist question and
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let's go to the dating question. So does a woman, does a man deserve sex after the second date? No. But even though a woman, because let's be real, we don't want your sister or your mom to owe somebody just sex because they took them out on a date, twice.
Right.
But what women do owe men is, clarity. Hey, before I go out with you on the first date, I'm still talking to my ex-boyfriend, or hey, I just broke up with my ex-boyfriend 2 weeks ago. At least let the man know what it is, what's your mind state going.
Okay.
If you want to be a nun and you're celibate, telling you're celibate, that way he could pick and choose whether he wants to spend that money and take you on a date. He could use that opportunity to get out another girl that he might be interested in.
Right.
So I mean, that's the problem with women. And that's the main reason why men don't take women out on dates anymore, because we caught on to the trick. We caught on to the fact that
and girls don't like that.
Say that again, sir.
That's what I'm saying, and girls don't like that because we've like dudes are up on game. Like dudes are not spending money on ain't shit bitches who don't want to. Who don't have any sexual interest in them. Like guys know how to really, or a lot more guys than used to. We know the difference between a woman who really is genuinely interested in us or a woman who's just interested in taking advantage of us.
Exactly. I mean, like, let's just be real, Donovan. We're about the same age. I'm 42.
Okay.
And I remember back in the day when, you'll take a girl out. I remember the golden rule was at least 3 dates and you'll get some or something.
That's right.
Dates were less expensive back then.
Right.
But now these girls want to take you to, they want you to take them to Ruth Chris, Houston, and places like that.
Fuck
some of them
that.
ask you for money up front before you even take them out.
That's
so,
insane, man.
it's just like, they're taking advantage and they're squeezing the hell out that, out the juice out of man. And, we kind of caught up and we kind of know. And what also helped us was social network because these same girls we took out and they didn't give us any play. We watched them on Instagram or Facebook go out with other guys who knew was not taking them out. So the game is up. That's just how I feel about that. So no, they don't have to give us sex, but they should be transparent, and they're not. And that's why, as men, we're doing what we have to do.
There you go.
Can I answer the racist question? I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Yeah. Answer the racist question. Yeah. What's your opinion on if you have a white girlfriend, you're not allowed to speak on black issues?
Okay. All right. I have a question. I have a rebuttal question for anyone who actually believes that.
Okay.
To believe that someone who's with a white girlfriend or even a white man can't even say anything about black people.
Okay.
A doctor. Your doctor is not sick, but if you're sick, you go to your doctor. You don't go to someone else who's sick necessarily, right?
Right.
Because somebody else could give you a objective point of view. Okay, I understand that white people may be racist at times. Not all white people, but white people, we do know white people can be racist. But, I mean, if you just take away from that, let's just take that away from a moment.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to be part of a community, and let's just say, for example, black people, for some reason, they have a want to be okay with white people, when they choose to be. So if you want to be part of the society, you have to kind of let them be in on the conversation.
Right.
I mean, because if they're the problem, I mean, you're gonna have to discuss it with the problem. I mean,
honestly,
right?
Honestly, Kelly, I think this is my opinion. Anybody who subscribes to the idea that that you can't, you forfeit your right to talk about black issues if you're dating someone outside your race, dude, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. To me, that's just
as if you're not black anymore.
Well, yeah, exactly, man. And to me, that's just envy. Honestly, to me, that's just envy, dude. Half these niggas out here who are pro-black and would never date a white girl secretly wish they could date outside their race, and they can, but they don't have the requisite strength to sort of break free from the community and say, "Fuck you, I'm gonna date who I like regardless of her race." They don't want to do that because they don't want to get turned on by the community. They don't want to get shamed. And this is what a lot of people do when they know that there's something that they want that they either can't or won't have for one reason or another, is that they pretend to be against it. It was just like Kevin Ray Wilder and Grand Cam, right? Well, kicking a girl out of your house for disrespecting you isn't something you should do. Of course it's something you should do. They're afraid to do it, and they know they're afraid to do it, so they pretend that that's not the right way to circumvent having to explain that they're afraid. And that's okay, just keep it real. One thing that niggas do all the time, niggas do this all the time. They pretend a non-black woman is unattractive just to sort of throw in like a stiff jab, like, she's not attractive. Dude, most of these niggas would smash white girls if they could, but they can't, so they act like they don't want to. I'll give you the last word.
Oh, right, of course. And it's funny because, this is a black man who would talk about, they won't date a white girl or they won't date a girl outside their race. But, I mean, the prime example is you can look at the black girls that they date. Are the black girls that they date, are they pretty? Do they have their own real hair? I mean, are they classy? Are they submissive? we could go on and on about that.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, yeah.
But
Yeah, of course.
one thing about black people, we feel is that, you know, on one hand, we want to say, oh, you know, white people can't say anything to us, but then on the other hand, we want them to accept us. I mean, if that's the case, you know, just be by yourself, and that's fine. Look, I have nothing against black people want to just stay amongst themselves, and that's cool too.
I got no problem with that
But
at
the
all
flip
either.
side to it, you can't play. Yeah, but you can't play both sides of the fence either. You can't talk about, you know, I mean, you know, you can't say this about, oh, you know, you shouldn't be doing with white people. Then you shouldn't be on a white person's platform. Then you should open your own version of YouTube and do that. How about that? But guess what? No one wants to have that discussion.
Honestly, man, people who are pro-black are black supremacists. They are. They believe that, and it's funny because every race has its strengths and weaknesses. But pro-blacks would have everyone believe that we're the biggest, the strongest, the most intelligent, the most genius. Dude, you can't have it all. You can't have it all. Thanks for calling in, Kelly. Appreciate you checking in, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Kelly West checking in from the 305. As usual. Man, I went way over. 3 hours and 41 minutes. You guys seem to like these long form shows, and my verbal stamina is clearly back. My verbal stamina is clearly back. Coming up next on Sharpstream. We continue the F-Boy Island breakdowns. If you want to watch, absolutely free, download the Sharpstream app. Download the Sharpstream app at sharpstream.com. Again, that is sharpstream.com. You can watch for free. You can watch all of my premium content when it's live on the Sharpstream mobile app. It's absolutely free. You can download it for either iOS or you can download it for Android. And guys, hey, listen, don't forget. Let me quickly remind everybody, don't forget, as I look for this graphic again, don't forget, season 5 of the 7 starts the day after tomorrow. Season 5 of the 6 starts the day after tomorrow. The 6 will premiere season 5 the day after tomorrow. That is Sunday, October 24th of 2021 at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. It is going to feature Coach Coach Everett Overton, Book of Alpharonomy, Minister Jap, Hotep Jesus, newcomer Kevin Savo, and of course, yours truly on the 1s and 2s. Be sure to tune in for season 5, episode 1. We're going to talk about are relationships obsolete? Are they worth it? Or are they obsolete? So it'll be very interesting to to hear that. My thanks to all of my super chatters for super chatting in. Thank you very much to all of my callers. Juan in Chicago, Zach in Boston, River in Sacramento, Ulysses in Oakland, Ostrike in Maryland, Alyssa in Florida, Tyrell in Buffalo, Tailored Carnivore, Dean in New York, Theodore in Austin, Joseph in Tacoma, Carlos in Chicago, Alvin in Australia, Joe from Ontario, Ray in Oregon, Janik in Mexico, and Callie West. Thank you guys all for contributing to the show. If you want to watch the F-Boy Island breakdowns, go to sharpstream.com to download the free mobile app today. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
20 seconds. Seconds. 10 seconds.
'There's nothing like a cool drink of water. All right. Welcome to the F-Boy Island breakdown on a Friday. Thank you all for joining me. Again, if you want to watch, absolutely free, download the SharpStream app on sharpstream.com. So at this time, I'm going to say goodbye to all of my live audiences. YouTube, DLive, MGTOW.tv, Facebook. Did I say DLive? Thank you guys all for joining me, and I will see you guys on the flip side.